Jake, it's time to put an asterisk next to last week's episode.
We're risking.
Because we had some misinformation in there, my brother.
Yeah, it's going to get flagged on Twitter.
Flag that, Elon.
Readers would like to add context to the above tweet.
Apparently, I attributed our mugs that we got last week to Kirsty Swick / the Ghostrunners community, when in reality, they were not from her. She said, I have no idea who sent those to you. That was not us. So
it's interesting because I've been accused of a lot of things. I will say I have misgendered mugs.
You have.
I have misinformed mugs, but I've never misattributed mugs.
I was gonna say how much of that sentence did you have going before you started it?
I would have never.
You would have never thought.
Just assumed that someone gave me these mugs if I wasn't certain.
And that's what misattributing is.
I misattributed the mug.
I also misattributed. Hey, hand up, mug up.
Please apologize,
I
everyone.
am a misattributor.
You did.
My name's Brad, and I'm a misattributor.
Hey, congrats. Idaho, you got miscongeniality. Shiny Kansas, you got misattributor. Pun. Anyway, what were you going to say?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out who they're from. I mean,
yeah.
If they're not from, the ghosties, who could they be from?
Should we check the return address, or do you think we can just kind of figure it out on our own?
I think the return address said, well, now I'm thinking about it. I'm not positive, but maybe the return address said something like the Vatican? You don't think this was JP3? I don't know what Pope we're on.
I think regardless, he would probably respond to JP3. That's a good nickname for whoever it is.
JP Trip.
That's funny.
You don't think though, right? Like that would be insane, right?
I thought so. When you said Kirsty Swick last week, I was like, I don't think that sounds right. I think this is Trey Kennedy being like, hey guys, congratulations on buying this from me.
Yeah.
You're the boss now.
Thanks for the soul-sucking deal.
You don't think?
Here's
hey,
a couple
suck your
mugs.
coffees.
Yeah. Well,
you don't think.
You don't, I mean, if it probably is Trey or the Pope, but just level with me here. You don't think it was Kobe Bryant?
Not what I was expecting you to say.
You didn't think Kobe Bryant was going to...
That one I will say I don't think.
You don't think it was Kobe Bryant?
That one I actually don't think.
There's rumors out there.
Then again...
You don't think that people like that he had foresight.
I don't think. You don't think it was Princess Diana, do you?
Oh, now we're just going. JP3's probably never mentioned all these dead people alongside with Trey.
Like who else died tragically?
You don't think John Lennon sent these, right? Elvis's cameo, Home Alone. I don't know who sent these, but whoever it was, thank you. World's best boss. Let us know so we can attribute properly who sent it to us.
I got nothing.
You don't think it was John Elway, Joe Montana, and Steve DeBerg?
Who's the last one?
A Chiefs quarterback from like the 1980s. Let's roll the music. I think this is good. You don't think that the episode's about to start right now?
Hey, normalize getting random mugs, you know?
Hey, getting and giving, huh?
Getting and giving. Hey, normalize not saying we need to normalize things that are already normal. That's been bothering me lately.
Normalize sitting down.
Hey,
right?
Normalize sleeping in.
Normalize the gas pedal being on the right. Come on.
People are doing that. You see a lot of tweets these days of like, hey, can we just normalize taking yourself out to lunch? These are normal adult things.
Yeah, can we normalize 8 hours of sleep, please?
You don't need to like almost play the victim of doing this like everyday adult behavior.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, can we normalize? It's like, well, there's just a stigma around eating, taking myself out to the movies and eating lunch by myself. What if a stranger comes up and starts bothering me and I just get bothered by this person I didn't even know existed?
That happens all the time.
Well, it's like, I'm starting to get the idea. Yeah. I'm starting to feel it right now. I don't know why it's become so normal to normalize unradical behavior. It's bothering me.
Normalize complaining about people complaining about
using the word normalize.
Yeah, normalizing. Yeah.
That's what should be happening.
Yes.
Hey, can we normalize these idiot tweets I'm seeing all the time and calling them out for what they are?
I saw you think about like, maybe I won't say idiot. And then you're like, I'm going for it.
I'm going to say it.
You go, can we normalize these idiot? It was like,
I said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't take it back. Can we normalize not apologizing?
Can we normalize like just being unbiblical,
Don't know about that.
Not apologizing.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant calling someone an idiot.
Oh.
Got it.
No. God calls people idiots sometimes. You fools.
Yeah, I'm just tired of seeing that. Can we normalize just running errands on a Monday morning? Yeah, it's been normal. Come
on, hey. Yeah.
So, this is just adult. We don't need to talk about the things you're doing as adult. Millions of adults are just doing these things. They're not tweeting about it, asking to be treated normal.
Can we normalize just like, blowing our nose with both nostrils at once? Is that it? Am I getting it?
Yeah, you're nailing it.
You've seen that one?
Can we normalize not waiting to respectfully put the seat down after urinating until the flush is completely done, just in case some splashy's on your hand?
That is so specific that it's like real.
Something I think about.
Yeah, just normalize it.
Just normalize.
I think just say normalize it and we'll know what you're talking about, right? Like it's probably the splashies.
Can we just normalize it?
Yeah. Hey, can you just normalize it? Huh? Just normalize that, man.
That's my thing. That's my big thing right now.
Yeah.
I'm sick of seeing normalize.
You walked in today and I was like, something's burning him up.
Something's askew in his heart.
That's right. Askew, spelled different than I thought.
ASKEW.
Wait. That's not how I was thinking.
I promise. It was a vocab word of mine in gifted class. Can we normalize talking about being in gifted class, please? What were you thinking?
ESCHEW. Deliberately avoid using, abstaining from. You said askew. I think ASKEW is like things are all over.
Cattywampus.
Not straight or in a level position.
Exactly. I told you, this is a vocab word gifted, baby.
What'd you use it for?
I didn't use it perfectly, but I said things are askew in my heart.
Oh, that is good. Okay.
It's kind of a weird way. A bit wonky.
But then askew with an E makes something different.
It's pronounced the same way?
I'm really bad at like maybe a shoe.
Yeah, that seems more right.
I'm really bad at like reading the thing that says this is how you pronounce it and understanding how to actually do it.
I know if it's an upside down E, it's the sound.
That is an upside down E, and it's ES apostrophe capital CH.
That's where the emphasis is.
Chew. And then CH, and then two O's with a line on top of it.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's why I think so too. A chew. Eschew.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, exactly. Can we normalize saying eschew and then blowing our nose with two? Can we normalize, two Kleenexes just in case it goes through the first one?
Yeah. Two applying?
Yeah.
Dude, this is kind of a wild thing. Speaking of blowing your nose, I don't think I've ever asked anyone about this. If you really get blowing, which for me, sometimes if I'm really blowing, I'm probably in the shower and it's like, hey,
Oh, 100%.
It doesn't matter. At this point, wherever it goes, it goes.
Yeah.
Just the governor's off.
Right.
If I really get blowing, I feel a little bit of air come out of my eye. Is that normal? Because if not, can we normalize it?
Let's normalize it.
Like, it's like I'm trying to blow my left nostril so hard and I'm just blowing. I'm getting my elbow into it.
Oh, you're closing off the right gate?
You have to. Yeah.
Okay.
More PSI.
Yeah.
And so I'm even like swiveling my hips a little bit. And it's like, if I really get going, I can feel like my left eye also like air is coming out of that like sinus cavity.
I don't know about the eye. I can't remember that for like specifically blowing my nose, but like, yeah, if you like plug both of your nostrils and blow, like, yeah, you feel it in the eyes. Do you ever like get the ringing in the ears? Like almost like an eardrum, like really high pitched noise?
Every now and then I feel like I like, oh yeah, my ears are ringing.
No, it's like different than that. It's
okay.
it's like almost like a nails on a chalkboard, but even higher pitch than that.
I don't think I've had that. That sounds awful.
It's no fun. Yeah. It's like when I'm really congested and I'm trying to blow too much, I think.
Really?
So you're getting your hips into it though.
I think sometimes
You're Elvis
maybe not
Presley.
quite like swiveling my hips, but like going like my head is going from high to low. Like I think I'm doing that.
Like just to get some momentum into it. Like
When you're in the shower, I mean, it's like the same principle why I like eating an orange in the shower. Make a little mess. Who cares?
So you don't leave anything up there to catch it.
In the shower?
Yeah,
No.
I still do. I go one on and then I kind of catch it in my hand and then let it run off my hand.
What is better about catching it in your hand rather than like catching it on the shower floor or your
Because
thigh?
I was gonna say, what if it doesn't get on the shower floor and then all of a sudden
Then you wash
you
it
gotta
off with
bend
water.
down?
No, you use the same water you're gonna wash off your hand. You wash it off
Totally.
on your
That
leg.
makes sense. I don't know. I just use my hand. Just a freak like that.
Yeah, it is gross. I think I'd rather just see it flying than have it like gooped on my hands like I just put, wet cement on it. What is
Now that
stuff called?
yeah, no, it's fair. This is all gross. I think every once in a while it gets on the shower curtain. Don't like that.
I haven't had a curtain in a dog's age.
What? Do you just have like glass? Or
Yeah,
what do you- oh, okay.
just
I was like,
doors.
so you're just going.
I'm just very precise.
yeah.
It's a small stream. It's the jet setting.
What was that story way back in the day? You didn't have a shower curtain. Oh, it was when you soiled yourself and you're like, you remember in the mission house,
Mission house.
the house before this house, or before they were like the house, when you peed your pants, peed your bed.
Peed my bed. Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I guess is that not soil? Soil is more fertile.
Fecal.
Yeah, fecal. And you like couldn't shower because you didn't have a shower curtain yet. Right? Wasn't that the story?
That's probably right. I remember there being issues with the shower curtain for a while. I remember I left that place and there's still a hole in the drywall. They had to, my shower was leaking into Isaac's workshop. And so the rental company came in and they drilled in a big hole on my wall and like replaced the shower head and they just left it. And so for like 9 months, there's that huge hole. And I was like, I guess no one's going to fix this ever. Whatever.
You guys were great tenants to them because they're like, yeah, we're just going to put a hole in here and no one's going to really complain about it.
No one complained.
Yeah.
Didn't get our deposit back.
What?
Yeah.
They put the hole in the wall and you guys didn't get the deposit
I don't
back.
know if that was the only reason why we didn't get the deposit back.
Probably like the massive amounts of, sawdust in the garage didn't help.
Maybe. That deposit's due. It's one of those things where I'm pretty sure I paid the full deposit and I was like, I'll just get it back. And we never got it back. And I haven't told my roommates yet, but they already owe me so much money that I was like, now is not a good time.
Right. It's like, I probably shouldn't bring it up
I
now.
don't want to tell them. And, yeah.
Just slowly trickle it in there over time.
Just fudge the numbers a little bit.
Yeah. Oh,
Anyway,
man.
you been blowing your nose or what?
I've been blowing my nose some. Yeah. How about you?
I've been more blowing both to get my ears out of, popping.
Yes. Yeah. That's good
It's
too.
just been flying a lot. No nonstop flights recently. So there's a lot of layovers.
Really? That's
Yeah.
no good.
Flying into Sarasota Airport.
Oh yeah.
So
That's how it is though.
got a layover.
Layover in the Fort Myers. We going Jacksonville. We going.
Atlanta.
Oh, you dog. Good for you.
Yeah. Nice little time. I'm
Yeah.
not sure if really anything came out of it, if I have any stories, but nice little time. It's fun. I travel with Rachel, which is fun. I'm not used to really traveling with people. Like when Trey and I travel together, we don't really sit next to each other. He's an aisle guy. I'm a window guy. He's usually sitting up further at the front. He's like an A-list
Really?
guy.
You guys don't even sit in the same row?
I don't know if we ever have.
Really?
There's no real benefit to it. I'm asleep the whole time.
I know. Yeah, that's fair. But I just assumed like you would still. If I were him, I'd be like, I'll save you. Like kind of put something on the seats. I don't know. You're always sleeping 100% of the time, or
It
majority.
depends. I always could sleep, but sometimes it's like, hey, I need to get to bed tonight at a good time. So let's see what Southwest Airlines has for me.
Yeah.
And so I watched King Richard this week on the
Yes.
flights.
You were
Really
into it.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really liked it. Yep.
Did you like one earbud for each of you and watch it together with Rachel?
No, Rachel's still big on the reading kick.
Oh,
I got
yeah.
her that Kindle for Christmas and she loves it.
Yeah.
She reads all the time. It's funny. She's like, gosh, I didn't do anything today. I like read all morning. I'm like, to me, that seems like an awesome, like productive morning.
Yeah.
But to her, she's like, I didn't get anything done. I'm like,
She's
well, I'm envious of you being able to read because I can't.
You
So,
couldn't like sit down and read for like if it's a good book?
I probably could. I just never even give myself the chance. I just get too antsy. There's so many stuff that has to be taken care of.
Sure.
It's hard
Yeah. To be, to be young and in love like Rachel,
to be young.
just in general.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, it was a good time. We flew, we tennised.
And you
Yeah.
were visiting Rachel's grandmother.
Yeah. Grandma Graham,
Yes.
Flooring. She
Florida
was
Lori.
living down there in the wintertime. So yeah, we kind of, this idea is like Rachel visits her grandma every winter down in Florida. But I was like, hey, it'd be fun. Let's take some engagement pictures while we're in Florida.
Sure.
Rachel was like, oh my gosh, yes, I love the sun. I love outside. I love being warm. It's a great idea.
Those are all going to be things in Florida in
So
January.
we haven't sent out save the dates yet, even though it's something we probably should have done a while ago. It was
Sure.
like, let's wait. We're going to take good engagement photos. And yeah, you look at the forecast, like the 10-day forecast for, the Tampa area going into it. It's like mid to high 70s, 7 days in a row. And then the weekend we were there, huge cold front, really cold. And then immediately now it's back to mid to high 70s. It was just like everyone we talked to in Florida was like, I lived here 20 years. I've never seen it this cold. It's
Really?
like awesome.
Just like it was in Orlando the week before too, right?
Everywhere I go, when I went to Corpus Christi. Yeah, it's always like this. But anyway, so engagement pictures, dude, I'm not even going to pretend like they weren't frigid because they were absolutely freezing. It was like low 50s. But you're on the beach. There's no protection from the wind. And the wind was like between like 30 and 40 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And I was in a t-shirt. Rachel really likes this one shirt I had. She's like, can you wear this one? I was like, great. It's like a Shein shirt. And I've never noticed it until you're being hit with this kind of wind. I'm like, this is the thinnest shirt. It's like I'm wearing a napkin. I mean,
Which normally in Florida would be a great shirt to
great
have.
Florida shirt.
Yeah. Breathable.
Oh my gosh. So most of the engagement photos, I'm going to have like flushed cheeks, I think, because I would just run around. She'd be like, all right, maybe let's go over there. So I would just run. Like the photographer took a video of me. I was doing down and backs. I was like running suicides on the beach. I was like touching the sand and I was like doing push-ups and just anything I could to stay warm. It was so cold and just so windy. It was just funny. Like it was almost better. Like if it was kind of windy, then I think you're given the permission to be a little upset, like, my hair or whatever.
Sure.
But when it's that windy, you don't even care.
Yeah.
It's like being in like a boat that's sinking. It's like, I don't care about getting wet now.
Sure. Yeah. My shoes are the least of my problems now.
It's like there's a lot of stuff going on. So
yeah.
She took a couple Polaroids of us just to give to us immediately. And so many pictures, just like the wind is like, I'm facing this way and the wind's blowing this way. And so my hair is just down like this for like photos. And everything else in the picture looks perfect.
Oh my gosh. How much does that kill you? Because I know you love your hair. Like your hair's awesome. Like was it like, oh, that's a bummer,
For that specific Polaroid, it's like, I mean, that kind of ruined the picture just because I look like a little emo kid. But when it comes to engagement photos, it's like we don't need the whole gallery to look amazing.
Yeah.
We need one, maybe two for a save the date, and then we'll probably use some to get in frames to give to grandparents, whatever, some nice photos. So we don't need them all to be perfect, but yeah, it was definitely just like it was memorable and it was fun because it was so brutal.
Oh man,
it was almost better that it wasn't like it's kind of chilly. It was just like it's so cold. Get this done as soon as possible. It was
how long was it? It was like a 30-minute.
We paid for 90 minutes, and I think the photographer. If this tells you anything, the photographer was in a like sweatshirt, hoodie, and then a ski jacket. And
well, they're Floridian, so it's like this is like a blizzard to them.
Yeah, everyone was in ski jackets and coats and everything, and like mink hoods and minks, lynx. What's the animal that always gets slaughtered for the hoods?
Mink.
Eskies.
Yeah.
Shrew. But anyway, so yeah, she was just so bundled up, and I was in a t-shirt, so it was very cold but very memorable, and I think we still got some good ones.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I remember when we did engagement photos. We did it with a friend of a friend kind of thing, and she hadn't really done very many, but she was kind of interested in doing photography, and it was fine. But it was one of those things we look back on, we're laughing. Like we changed outfits. I think I wore 3 different outfits, for it, and it's one of those things. I don't know where those photos are now. I think they're on Facebook somewhere, but beyond that, it's like we didn't need to stress so much. So yeah,
it was it was fun. It was fun. It was something to do. Rachel and I have never gotten photos taken together, so it was just kind of fun to just pose. And I had a fun time. I'm trying to make Rachel laugh, but I feel like the photographer was like very complimentary. Was like, "Wow, you guys are hilarious. This is fun." Like she would, because I don't know. I just can't help it. Just like,
well, you have it's so fun when the photographer or whoever doesn't have any expectation of who you are. Like
they don't know anything.
They could have. I bet a lot of the people are just very serious, very polite, but just going in, taking pictures and leaving, and you guys were trying to have fun with it. Yeah,
she wanted to do some post. She's like, all right, Rachel, you just stand there. And then Jake, I want you to come behind her whenever you want. You're going to surprise her by giving her a hug. And I was like, okay. And so of course I start gathering sticks and everything. And I'm throwing them to the side to try and throw Rachel off of when I'm coming and trying to make extra noise. And then I'm throwing sticks over here and coming from the left. So just dumb stuff like that. I had
extra surprise. I like it.
Yeah. I was trying to and then try to walk really slowly. So yeah, it was just fun. Just feeling like we're having fun, but the photographer's having fun. Good time.
You've done wedding photography stuff before. Tell me, there was some tactic that this girl was doing. I went to a wedding this weekend and they were like, all right, the bride and groom are going to be in the middle and you guys are all going to form a circle and you're going to start like circling, like moving in a circle around them.
Like the Chiefs play, the snow globe play.
Kind of idea like that. And they're like, just trust me, it's going to be a really cool picture. What in the world?
Where? Okay.
So this, I don't know. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Like,
okay, I was going to ask where the photographer was.
Yeah, good point. I don't know.
But it was photo. It wasn't even video.
As far as I know, this was a photo. Oh, I have some things to talk about with this photographer, actually. So,
I assume it would just be like they're very. Well, it was. I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Like my friend he was an usher, so he wasn't in the. Maybe he was in those pictures, but anyway, he was like, it was a weird thing. Like, yeah, these. So I went to a wedding this weekend and it was the best. It was so much fun. It was, well, do you have anything else to say about the photographer?
I can always come back to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just an incredible, fun weekend. I think it was one of those times where it was like, whenever you're right out of college, you go to so many weddings and it's so fun, but at the same time, it's like, oh, another wedding. We got to pay for another, or we got to go travel. And now that we're older, it's like, that doesn't happen very much anymore. And they especially don't happen with people where a bunch of people are reuniting at this wedding. Like it was just such a reunion of so many Kanakuk friends. Cause the guy that got married, Matt Gilbert is his name. Shout out to Matt, to Gilly. He's the kind of guy that like will come and like be loyal to anybody and everybody that, invites him to anything. He's always going to be there. And so it's one of those
Grant
things.
Guterberg.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things where like when the tables turn, everyone's like, we got to go to his wedding, like, so everyone made it like from, our solid friend group. And so it was one of those things where it's like, I don't remember the last time as many of us have been together since then,
Very fun.
And so it was great. And there were all sorts of little funny things that happened at the wedding. But one of the things with this photographer, along with this weird circle the wagons move, was, hello?
Rachel Coop made it to her home.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
We're recording the Ghostrunners podcast every Monday morning with Jake and Brad.
Come show everyone your outfit. It looks great.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
She's like, all right.
Okay, fine.
Brad's telling a story about weddings, but you can just stand here if you want.
Okay.
Come on
Okay.
in. Hello.
Everyone.
Little, we'll say 40% eaten pear.
Yep.
Good for you.
Very right.
Rachel likes pears.
I do love pears.
Yeah. Come on, get a little lower maybe yeah, there you go.
Do a wall sit.
Okay.
Just a wall sit.
I don't think the walls are strong enough.
Old house.
Let's talk to Rachel stuff so she doesn't have to wall sit forever. Then I can come back to my story. How you doing?
Good.
What's the latest?
Ooh, we should give Rachel that mic.
Is it on? Yeah.
I don't know. All right, we are back. We went ahead and got Rachel a microphone, and in the process, Brad is now eating her pear. A lot of things have happened. Rachel's got a mic. Come look at her on YouTube. All right, that's it. That was the introduction.
Rachel, tell us about your day. Where'd you sub?
Shawnee Mission Northwest High School.
Okay. How was it?
It was good.
Let's guess. Do you know what subject, Jake?
I know nothing.
Okay, let's each guess, and whoever guesses it right wins.
And then Rachel's going to ask us a question about that unit today.
Okay, my first guess, of course, let's just be broad. We don't have to be like calculus. My first guess is science.
Okay, I'm going to say English. We're both wrong. Okay.
No, you're right. For some of the day I was that. They had a
give you a
messed
little
up schedule,
hybrid.
so I had multiple
things.
things.
She's a Swiss Army knife.
English/French.
Oh, I wish. One time when I was a French sub, we just watched Ratatouille the whole day.
Really?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, English/ your guess. English/
Social studies.
Yes.
Boom.
Good.
You're pretty good, Jake. 2 points.
Any other slashes?
Yeah.
Slash.
Remember, I texted you about it this morning.
Study hall.
Yeah, basically.
Really?
Library.
Library?
Yeah. No students came in.
You can be a sub for the library. That'd be awesome.
I know. It was weird. I wasn't signed up to, but then the person who I was signed up to sub for came.
Okay.
So then they was like, go to the library.
They're like, I don't know, go to the library.
Like, okay.
I don't know. Go free and read a
And
book.
I forgot my Kindle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
If only they had other books at the library.
I'm in the worst place possible.
Worst place to
Gosh,
bring a book.
I am stuck without a book. It's like being up the creek at a paddle store, Like
That's funny. Oh, well, that's fun. What else we asked Rachel about? I just told him about the pictures and how cold they were, but how much fun we still had.
So cold. So fun.
Yeah.
Did anything happen on the airplane? I feel like something happened on one of the flights or something.
I lost my water bottle twice.
Oh, I mean, that's not it's not news to us.
What do you lost it in the airport?
In the airplanes.
What? What are you talking about?
The first one?
Wait. Define lost.
You're gonna need to.
Oh, I know. I knew I'd find it.
But like
Just, like,
lost
couldn't-
meaning like what?
One
Like,
time I forgot it.
The first flight,
What?
Rachel forgot it on the airplane,
Okay.
and then remembered. And
So I was like running back. I was like, "Ooh, the airplane's still here. I want
Is
to go
this
back
like
and
a
see."
permanent water bottle or like a
Oh, it's a good one.
really?
Yeah.
What is it?
A
Like-
Walla from Target.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, they're
it's
good.
got a straw. You don't need to tip it.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
So you, go
I
ahead.
ran back to get that one, and the pilot was bringing it off the plane. So I was like, "Hey, that's mine. I was just coming to get it."
Nice.
Nice guy.
And then the second time, I was like, so the first time I set it by my feet, and then that's where I forgot it because couldn't see it.
Yeah.
So then I got to sit by Jake on the next flight, and I was like,
Wait,
I'm
you
gonna-
didn't sit by Jake on the first flight?
No,
we checked it. Well,
Southwest.
hey.
What is up with Jake not sitting by people
Not our
he
fault.
loves?
Not our fault.
Apparently, Jake has never sat by in the same row as Trey on a flight.
Does that really surprise you guys that much?
It doesn't surprise me that much on Trey's side, but I could see you being like, "Hey, can I sit next to you, dude?"
We didn't check in super early, so that's why we were not able to sit by each other.
Okay.
Like it was like middle seats only available.
Okay.
And I offered to sit on Rachel's lap, and the pilot said no.
The pilot said, "Not this flight,
Only if
buddy.
you give me the water bottle."
Only the one to Vegas."
So Rachel just got done losing her water bottle on an airplane, and about 45 minutes later, we were back in the same position.
Well, because I put it by my seat, and I was like,
The same one.
the same one. I put it by my feet,
Okay.
like where it was last time. I was like, this is a chance for me to show myself that I'll remember it.
Mhm.
And then, like halfway through the flight, before the flight, someone else came and sat by us, and he put his huge foot in my section.
Big no-no.
So I just
he went in your lane.
He did.
Yeah.
And I think when he did that, he kicked the water bottle because like halfway through the flight, I finished my tea. So then I wanted my water
Okay.
and I could not find it.
Remember on the Gene Schwartz video yesterday? I didn't tell you this, but when we were
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
early
yeah.
people versus late people in the video, I was like, literally, yes. Last night on a flight, Rachel carried 3 drinks onto an airplane. She really did. And when she got done with one, she couldn't find the other. But yeah,
That's why you
this
have to have
guy,
3.
this was like the water bottle was nowhere. You know, when they were trying to find that Malaysian aircraft and they were trying to like, it's anywhere, it should be anywhere in here. It was like the water bottle should be somewhere in
Right.
this perimeter. I know.
It
Couldn't gone
can't be
far.
anywhere else.
And
Yeah.
it was outside of the perimeter.
And there's like a bar in front of the seat and a bar like under the seat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not going to be rolling like
Right.
really far up the plane.
So this
But
guy got
you
a
would
hold
think-
of it.
He did.
Yeah.
I was like trying to get my head down to look, but there's no
Did the
room.
guy have any interest in like?
No.
What are you guys doing over there?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah. Pretty big guy, and just like put his leg in Rachel's lane. Big no-no. He put his bowling ball down her alley.
And he was on the aisle seat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you can out of the lane it,
For
but you do it on the
sure.
left side.
Yeah,
or, you know,
yeah.
on the
aisle side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too bad. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just sorry that for the rest of your life you're going to be in the middle, like because every time you fly with Jake, like,
He is
well, I mean, Jake's a small enough guy; he could go in the middle sometimes. But like with Catherine, it's like I could go in the middle, but everyone's bad. Like no one's happy about that. So poor Catherine just always has to be in the
You're
middle.
scrunched.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We could trade off.
So okay, so you did end up finding it.
I did. After the flight, we stayed on a little bit later.
Really?
And it was
You had to.
like one row in front of us. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Found it.
Wow.
Found it. I knew we would. That one was confusing. Like, did I bring it on? Did I dream that I said I was going to
I
like
was like,
redeem
no,
this?
you
Jake
for
is
sure
very
had
confident.
it.
Like, so, would you say like you're very good at losing things? I dabble myself. Would you say like you're pretty good at finding things? Like because I need help finding my wallet. Like, and
I will
would-
look.
Yeah.
I would say I'm good at luckily finding things.
Yes. Like it's like
I'm
oh,
not good at searching and finding.
Okay.
I don't even think I attempt that anymore.
It just happens in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel will just like, for a split second, she can't find her phone. So she'll ping it from her watch. And it's always like just by her thigh or in her pocket or in her purse. I'm like, it's always in one of the top 3 spots you should be looking for. She's like, I know, it's just quicker this way. I'm like, all right.
I don't hate that. Yeah. Use the resources you have. Yeah. It's usually like for me, I'm like, I don't know where my wallet's been. You know, I haven't had it since I played basketball a couple weeks ago. Maybe it's at the gym. And then like, you know, it's like, oh, I'm going to go play some basketball. Get out my basketball shoes. There's my wallet
There it is.
inside of it.
Boom.
Yep.
It's like, oh, okay. You know, but I just need help basically is what I'm trying to say with find in my wallet. So
I'll start not looking.
yes,
And
just
it'll pop
come
up.
hang out around our house sometime. Just look around. Anyway, okay. Would you like me to tell you this wedding photography story? Would you like to stick around?
You're welcome to stay as much or as little as you want.
You tell me what to do. I'm not deciding.
Also,
There
I
it
guess
is.
that is so on brand. Did you have any good stories from today's school?
Yeah, anything happen today?
I know it's putting you on the spot.
No.
Okay. English, you just watched Dead Poets Society.
We read 1984. Did you guys ever read that?
Oh, George Orwell.
Yes,
Oh,
good
yeah.
job.
Thanks.
Isn't that crazy? That was like supposed to be futuristic, like 1984. Now it's like way later than that,
And now it's happening again, but different.
but different. Yeah.
Wake up, sheep. I think a lot of people were like 1984 was always trending during COVID. People were like, it's happening.
Here it comes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never read it though, so I don't know what they're talking about.
You know George Orwell.
I know George Orwell.
How do you know that?
I'm good with trivia, but I'm not good. I'm
Well,
not
it's
good
like
at
that's
depth.
common knowledge.
Dang it. No,
I forgot his
no.
name until I read it again.
That is very rare knowledge. Very intelligent.
What else did he write?
Animal Farm.
That's the only thing I
Boom!
knew. You knew that?
No.
Come on, Rachel. Okay, so it's just so I was at a wedding this weekend in Texas, and right before the wedding, like probably 10 minutes before it all went down, the photographer stopped the conversation
Before
in
the ceremony was
in the
Okay.
sanctuary, whatever the area is. What's it called? It's not a sanctuary because it's just a venue. And she pretty seriously excuse me,
Oh.
excuse me, everyone. And we're all like, oh no, something's going down, and she's just like, just want to let you know, this is a completely no cell phones wedding. Do not have your cell phones out. We will be the ones taking all the pictures. You don't need to worry about it. And it was this very awkward silence. And then I just hear my friend Chris Scholes, he just kind of laughed pretty loud, just for whatever reason, just made me die laughing. But I had never it was just a very odd did they really care that much if somebody in the background has a phone out while they're taking a picture? I would be shocked if the bride and groom had them say that. This was just a weird thing.
The photographer is getting everyone in trouble.
Yeah,
You know?
pre-trouble.
For something they hadn't done yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Pre-trouble.
It's what we haven't done. I wasn't going to get out my phone in this instance.
I've seen on the wedding program, you walk in and maybe it'll say today is going to be an unplugged wedding. Don't worry about taking photos. We'll
Okay.
handle it. But I always see photographers complain about it. This
Really?
grandma with her iPad was in the way of my shot when I'm trying to,
An iPad would be extreme. Yeah.
So this photographer is probably just, I don't know, very butthurt about it and went a little too extreme.
Yeah, I don't know. So, but I'm always, not always, but often big man in the aisle seating. And so I'm always very conscious of how I'm
Oh,
smiling the entire time.
Smart.
Anytime that the bride's coming down, I'm just looking so nice. So, but then during the ceremony, I think I talked about it at Harrison's wedding, how I could never be a wedding photographer because you have to be so kind of
You just put
discreet.
yourself
You
in.
have to be up there, but not really be seen. I think she was this, they call them second shooters, the secondary photographer. She took a few pictures straight on, basically right where the bride would walk down, while the ceremony's going on, it's been 10, 15 minutes in, took a few pictures and then walked back, let's say 6 rows, and then genuinely stood straight up, pretty tall girl too, stood straight up in the aisle for 10 minutes.
Just
Didn't take a
What?
picture.
In the world.
Didn't do anything.
She
just
wasn't taking
stood there. I think at one point, I didn't see this, but somebody else said she even got on her phone.
So she's standing right where someone's sitting. They have a photographer right in front of her.
Not necessarily. She's still in the aisle. She's down the middle of the aisle. So
Gotcha.
I don't. Yeah, I guess she probably was blocking some people's view. It was a very honestly, it was a power move, but it was
Yeah.
I don't think you should do this. Just you got your shot. If it's one thing if it's let me wait for another picture and then I'll take a few more. It was literally she stood there and did not take a picture for 10 minutes.
Huh.
And it was
Weird.
wild. So just something to think about with your
We don't have a
photographer.
photographer yet.
No, that is.
Maybe we could ask her.
We
Quiz
get
them.
her,
Yeah.
yeah. That is good. When we've talked about it, I'm pretty big on hey, I want to invest a ton in a really good video. Photographer,
Really?
kind of whoever. Sorry
Yeah.
to the photographers listening.
Well,
Also hit us up.
Yeah, exactly. Photography is, I don't know. Video is hard because it's usually max 10 minutes.
Oh, who knows what this one could be?
Yeah, Jake's writing a script for it.
Yeah. It's gonna be pretty fun.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's gonna be different.
Oh, cool. Do you know about it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fair question. Cool. Well, yeah, let's see. Other things from the wedding.
Do you want to grab a chair? You also don't have to stay. Up to you.
I'll stay for a little
Okay.
bit.
Here's another thing. I mean, it's just one of those like, so Matthew Gilbert is this guy's name. He was always like, we do a gospel skit every year at Kanakuk, and like different characters represent different, some of us, different characters represent, Satan and the regular, us. And then there's always the Christ figure. Literally every year, Gilly is the Christ figure, this guy.
Good for him.
And I mean, he would always like save the day, obviously, like Christ does. And he, would always have this like pretty booming voice whenever he did it. He'd be like, I'm not dead yet, or something like, you always have a great line. And so during the wedding,
I'm not dead yet.
I don't know. That's not what it was. Well,
Hear ye.
Yeah. But anyway, during the wedding, they're like, what symbol do you have to, represent your promise to each other or something? And obviously it's a ring, but the way he said it was amazing. He just goes, this ring, like, so regal. And everyone, like, people laughed pretty hard at it. Like, it was not on purpose that he was trying to be funny.
It wasn't supposed to be funny.
He was trying to be serious and like, this ring. And people started laughing, but it like tampered down pretty well. And then he gave his vows and everything. And then they did the same thing for the bride. And they're like, and Kelsey, what symbol do you have? And she jokingly was like, this ring. Everyone died laughing at that. So that was a pretty great inside joke there. So
we should include more announcements in our wedding, I think.
Sure.
Big proclamations.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here's kind of a fun update. Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
49ers quarterback, might be at the wedding.
Who is he dating somebody?
He is.
Okay.
Volleyball girl.
Really?
Mhm.
He's going to get an
pretty cool.
invite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Might be at the wedding.
Really?
How fun is that?
Is he from Iowa originally?
No, I think he's from Arizona or something.
Okay.
But played at Iowa State.
Yeah.
But so does your Iowa, did she play UNI with you, or did she play Iowa State? And meet him?
She played at UNI, not with me though.
Okay.
And she played at Iowa State. She
Okay.
played at-
Okay. Fun. That would be cool.
Kind of fun.
Second most popular guy at the wedding behind Jake Triplett.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Trey Kennedy.
I mean, if he's even to come, he's not going to sit in your aisle.
I think he'll be there.
No, I think so too.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should. I want to hear more like wedding stuff. I need
Great.
more like ideas for weddings, or even just
Okay.
like crazy stories from weddings. It'd be fun to
Yes.
hear from people.
What if we did like a call-in kind of thing? Like, what if we like, oh, I like this. So like, yeah, I'm trying to think like make it like almost like a call-in show or something. Like,
But it's not just like voice memos, like call and ask us a question. It's like call in with this specific prompt, answer to this prompt.
like, hey, if you have a crazy wedding story, if you said something weird instead of this ring, you
something crazy happened, something crazy was said
Yes.
from the audience, from you.
I like the idea of, even if it's like, yeah, and my dad tripped down the aisle, like as he was like walking me down.
Let's get your
Let's
dad
get your
on.
dad on. I want your dad. I want to talk to your dad as well. Like, if you know somebody, like, it doesn't have to be you. Like, that would be awesome.
Have that person tell their firsthand story on the podcast. Yeah. You know what? By the time
yeah.
this comes out, there will be a Google form. There'll be some sort of
Google-
link
yeah.
that you can click on in the description to fill out a little questionnaire. Let's see if
Okay.
you have a story. We'll vet it, and then we'll give you a phone number to call. We'll get you on the podcast, maybe.
Okay, yeah, check it out. Ghostrunners.life.
Yeah, it'll be on the
Sure.
website and
Yeah.
the description of this.
Oh,
And
I
maybe
like
not
this.
even limit it to just a crazy wedding story. You give them a few.
Give him a few. Yeah.
I would like. It'd be fun to hear.
What Valentine's coming up?
Ooh, that's good.
There's gonna be some good. Like, I thought this was like
Expectations
true
versus
story.
reality.
My senior year of college, I had a Valentine's. Like, I thought it was gonna be like so fun and like do like chocolate fondue on like the open like fire out in the, and I just ended up like burning a bunch of chocolate in a
It
pan.
smells so
And
bad.
Catherine walked out. Like, I was trying to surprise her. Catherine's like, "What stinks out here?" Like, well, this is going great.
That'd be
So,
fun. It's-
yeah.
yeah. And expectations versus reality. Valentine's Day thing.
Sure. Yeah.
I was just thinking, because you had a little experience with this just now at Chick-fil-A, a little like worst horror stories from like an MLM pitch meeting type
Yeah, yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Wow.
Whether you knew
It
what
happened
you were
at Chick-fil-A?
a little bit.
yeah.
Brad got kind of okie
No,
doke.
I mean, she was very sweet, but yeah.
Actually, yeah, we didn't find out it was like an MLM until we got back to the house. There's a energy drink in the fridge for
Ooh.
you.
Jake took a sip and he's like, "I'm gonna have to buy some more of these."
Yeah, I was like, this is pretty
So
good.
really, Jake
Added
got converted.
sugar?
No added sugar.
Whoa.
Some naturals, some naturals.
Sucralose. though,
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah, then we found out it was Amway. So it's like, oh, that's why she was so talkative to Brad. Anyway, So yeah, your worst horror stories from like any MLM experience, whether you're in one or got pitched one.
Oh, I like this. So yeah, we could do like a video or a little segment for each of them. So we got weddings, Valentine's,
MLMs
Fun.
coming to a segment near you.
We'll figure out a name for it. Or you guys figure out a name for it.
Hey, you guys freaking do it.
Do it. We don't do enough around here. That's fun. I like that.
Brock Purdy reminded me that we need to talk about the Guillotine League, but I feel like we should talk about that when Rachel's not here because she is not going to care at all.
I can leave.
Whoa. Rachel is a founding member of this year's Guillotine
I
League.
am.
She was in
I
it
don't
for
want to talk
5
about it though.
minutes.
I'm still sad.
She's in it for 5 minutes. No, we should talk about the church we went to in Florida.
Oh,
while
yeah.
you're still here.
Okay.
It was so fun.
The pastor's name is Stephen King, first of all.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
And he is awesome. He was pretty highly talked about, and I was like, Rachel might be hyping this guy up too much. And she
I did
wasn't.
hype him up.
Yeah.
He deserves the hype.
Tell Brad, tell the viewers
What do we think of
about
Stephen
this
King?
pastor.
Oh, he's very energetic. He's a performer more than anything.
Okay.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
knows how to captivate an audience. And
Okay.
he knows his audience. I think
Okay.
that's the thing.
Tell him the audience.
The audience is probably an average age of 73.
Sure.
Oh, I think it's older than that.
Older? Oh yeah, okay, I guess it's Florida.
I don't know.
79.
Yeah, I mean, this is a retirement community in Florida that we're in, and we're going to like a nice, just like, I think it's non-denominational, but just a nice, just simple church down there, and everybody's old.
Yeah, everybody's old.
Everybody's
it was like
old.
when we walked in, when my mom walked in, who's 55, people were like, "Oh my gosh, look at a young crowd." She does look young, but
Sure. Yeah.
What would you say the first time your dad went with all you guys?
oh yeah. So my dad went with me, my mom, and my sister-in-law like a few years ago, and so they introduce new members anytime anyone's new there. So they are like, "All right, who's the new crew back there?" And my dad, we all stood up, and he's like, "Okay, so who are your 3 daughters?"
Like, yeah, give us their socials.
Like, this is my wife, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to
Oh,
be
your
introduced.
3 daughters. Oh, I didn't catch
Yeah,
that.
so
oh,
Angie-
yeah, I
yeah.
didn't explain that well. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I got to introduce myself. He's like, "We have anyone here for the first time?" And so I got to raise my hand. He's like, "What's your name?" I was like, "My name is Jake. I'm from Kansas City." And he's like, "You a Chiefs fan?" I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Good job." And then he cracked
job.
a couple jokes. He's
Something
like,
about the Packers.
yeah, some NFL jokes. He's like, "As is customary, we always have the new people lead worship for us. So Jake, why don't you come on up here?" And he's like, "I'm just kidding." So it's just joke after joke, but he's also an old guy himself, and he can hang. He has is it ALS or
Yeah,
MS?
ALS.
ALS. And so his voice is a little different, and he walks around a bit different, but it just adds to the charm, I think, in the character. And
Uh-huh.
you know, it'd been so cold in Florida. He brought up a ping pong ball, and he's like, "Found this on my car this morning. It was a snowflake." The crowd just went nuts.
Died, yeah.
I mean,
Boom!
every joke, and I laughed at a lot of them, but it was crazy. I mean, the jokes he was doing were murdering with this church crowd. It was so funny.
And
Well-
he was good at like improving.
He did some crowd work. Someone's phone went off. He was doing some jokes about that, and I mean, he's an old guy.
Someone's phone went up. Yeah, and it probably didn't like get on.
Oh no!
You know,
I mean, it didn't. They never
30
silenced
seconds.
it. It just
Yeah.
like the phone call ended. Like the guy is making jokes about the Ringer, and like no one's turning it off. It was awesome.
They probably don't realize you can turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, well, I'm not gonna answer it now.
Yeah.
He had some joke about snot. Oh, he said something. He's like, you know, and you probably wanted to come up and just beat the snot out of him. I don't know if I could say that in church, beat the snot out of him, and people kind of laugh. He's like, well, some of you might think it's funny, but to me, it's snot. Murdered again. The crowd went wild. It was so awesome, and
I love that guy. Yeah,
it was
that's awesome.
Rachel had hyped him up so much. Like, this guy's awesome. We have, no matter what, we have to go to church Sunday morning.
Yeah, that's like the thing we look forward to the most when we go on vacation in Florida,
Amazing,
going
yeah.
to church.
And it really was good. And Angie even said, I was already thinking this, and Angie said to me, she's like, is this kind of like Kanakuk for old people? And I was like, I was thinking that.
Really?
Because there's kind of like a lot of call and response that everyone is in on the joke, and I
Yeah.
don't know it. So he'd say, we got a few announcements today. So announcement number, and everyone would say 1. And he would say is, okay, we know we've got this fundraiser coming up and yada yada. Announcement number 2. And these people are old. Like, it's like,
Jake's like, I can't keep up with this.
hold on, what's the next
Okay,
one gonna
yeah.
be? It was just really cool. He just had it like, I don't know, he's got that church
Like
in
a
the palm of his
cadence.
hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone
Yeah,
knew what
he's
to do. and
amazing.
it was just
I
funny
might
to
have a
see
video of
a
it.
crowd of elderly people just so into this, and I was into it. It was really fun.
You were captivated.
I was very, very captivated.
Wow.
He had me on the edge of my seat too, because he kind of did a miniature sermon right off the top, and then was like, all right, let's do some prayer and get to the offering. And so Rachel and I were like, is that it? Is this like a 15-minute church service? These people got ready for 2 hours, and then, they
Uh-huh.
walked here or whatever. And he came back around.
Okay.
So I was on my toes the whole time, though. It was great. Do you have a video of it,
I
Rachel?
do. You can't see much, but this is the special music going on.
Will you play it up against the
Oh.
microphone?
Rachel's just got to show you.
It was.
Nice. Straight out of the hymnal.
Which
That's
two
beautiful.
of the performers, I guess, had been sick for a few weeks and they had been on the prayer list for a while.
Oh,
and it was
yeah.
their first time back, so it was a big deal. And
Yeah.
So
they
sweet.
were like tearing up, thanking everybody for praying for them because they watched them online.
It was
Oh,
like,
wow.
yeah, like Hall & Oates just came back. It was like they were a dynamic duo.
So cute.
and they were
I didn't
back.
see in the video. Like, I'm imagining in my head like 50 people. Is it more than that? You think?
Well,
Like,
maybe I
is
should
it-
show them the video.
Yeah, it's a packed house of probably like 150. I
Oh,
would
really?
say. Yeah,
Okay.
and a lot of white hair. Man, it was-
Harvey Memorial Church.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're in the Bradenton,
You can watch it on Facebook Live on Sunday mornings. We used to do it during
Oh,
quarantine.
there's
COVID.
Jake. Yeah.
that is funny.
Jake very. Oh, your mom was there too. I didn't realize your mom was there.
Yeah.
Was this from this weekend?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay. How fun. That's
Yeah,
great.
sorry. Say the name of the church again.
Harvey Memorial.
Harvey
I
Memorial.
think
Check them out on
of
Facebook.
like Anna Maria Island or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
Harvey Memorial. Watch their Facebook. Honestly, everyone can.
Blow up their Facebook.
They stream on Facebook.
That would be awesome. Ghosties, do your thing.
So it's 9:15 Eastern, I think, is when their
Yeah.
church is. So you guys have to wake up early, especially the West Coast people. But yeah, Harvey Memorial Community Church in Anna Maria Island.
That's
And
so
you're going
fun.
to get to experience this guy for yourself. He is a hoot.
Yes.
He is awesome. Yeah,
I just there's something about like is it always going to be simple when we're old, or is it just like is that dying out? You know what I mean? Like when we're 80, are we going to still like be on our phones all the time and like addicted to all this stuff, or are we going to actually be like just simple, nice people that go to this nice, quiet church
Mhm.
and sing nice songs? You know
it's
what I mean?
interesting what simplicity will look like to our generation. Like
Yeah.
they have their
Mhm.
version and we see that, and it looks like reading the paper still and having direct TV still.
Yeah.
Like what technologies are we going to cling to? What technologies are we not willing to get rid of?
Like, yeah, they have an Apple TV still.
They're still using remotes instead of their eyeballs.
Yeah.
You know, like we still use things with our
Yeah,
hands
right.
rather than just like.
Yeah, just think it and it changes. Yeah. Yeah, anyway, that's so sweet. I love it.
Yeah,
everything about
that was
it.
fun. I'm glad we got to tell that story together. What time's yoga today?
In a little bit.
You're very precise.
4:30.
This is why Rachel's running late all the time. That's
It's in the 4 o'clock hour.
it's here after a while.
Unbelievable.
I should go.
Yeah.
Make
Okay.
sure I'm not missing it.
Rachel, thank you
Thanks
very
for
much
chatting.
for being here. I know I
Thank
love
you.
it, but everyone else really loves seeing you anytime you're around.
Anytime
That's nice.
you're in a thumbnail or anything, people click.
Boy,
So-
do they. Boy, do they.
You're
So,
welcome.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
All right.
Can I take your paracord?
Paracord.
Paracord.
Do you want me to move the microphone a step back or leave it so not?
No, Jake's going to double mic.
Can you move it back? Would you
Yes.
mind? Thank you. I'm gonna mute that. Cool. Just us now, Brad.
Just us. Rachel, these are mystery mugs. Think about who sent them to us.
Think about
So-
it. All right. Real quick, I just feel like we need to give a final just update on the Guillotine League. I just realized it's been a couple weeks now. We have not given like the final synopsis
People are just on the edge of their seat.
on what
about it.
happened.
Yeah.
Hey, I did get some feedback from people, some friends of mine who just listened to the podcast recently for the first
You're
time, or
doing
whatever. Guys, but they're like, I love the fantasy football talk. So
Sure,
that's kind of fun. Thanks, Rachel. Will you make sure the camera still looks good and nothing got bumped or anything? And thanks. Anyway, so if you guys don't know, week 17 of the NFL was a bit of a weird one.
Unprecedented.
Truly unprecedented, more than COVID, really. This was a very serious, very scary injury happened in the middle of a game. A guy named Damar Hamlin. They end up deciding we're not going to finish this game. It was a Monday Night Football game with a lot of implications and
two teams that were like good.
with a lot of fantasy players.
And therefore, yeah, a lot of fantasy players were on those teams.
Week 17 and almost every, 98% of fantasy leagues across the country is championship week.
Right.
And so fantasy leagues across the country were scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. And of course, the Guillotine League is not immune as well. It's like, well, I had plans. Week 18 was going to be the winners of the two leagues play
Right.
each other. And it was really hard to figure out what to do. In one of the leagues, Brad, when the games were over, Brad was already winning and had I think Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
They
it
were
was
still
like
gonna
it was
play.
likely that I was going to win that one, and I had been winning. Yeah.
So that one was like, it's a bummer it didn't really get to end how we thought it would, but that was like, for sure you were the outright winner and you were definitely going to win.
Yeah. 90% probably.
More.
He had Jamar Chase, I think.
But you had a quarterback and a receiver.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah. You were in good shape.
Yes.
But however, in the other league, me against a guy, his username is Made a Mess. His screen name, whatever, is Gene Schwartz Comedy. Don't know this guy's real name. He goes by a couple different, names. But anyway, me and him were head to head. And I was winning when the game was over, but he was like, he probably had a 90% chance of coming back and winning. So it's like, I don't feel good about what was the office comparison you said?
What did I say?
Just like basically if Jake and Brad are the winners.
Oh yeah.
Each,
like the employee of the month thing where like Jim and Pam are the ones getting the employee of the month.
Jim comes up with the idea. Pam gets it.
Yeah.
It was just it just looked bad. I didn't like how
much.
Oh,
Jake and Brad are the two winners of the league.
Yeah. I didn't want to win on like this weird technicality. It's like, because technically I did win, but I was like, I don't feel good about this. And so what we decided was me, Brad, and Mr. Gene Schwartz all reset our teams. We don't have any players. We redrafted for week 18. And anyway, week 18 ended up being kind of weird. A lot of people didn't really play. And if they did play, they only played like a half.
It was kind of a bummer of an ending of the year, honestly.
I ended up winning, but it was like, well, I didn't even score that many points.
Like a normal good week was in like 220 to plus. And like, I think the winning week, like
it was like
170,
130, 130 or something like that. So I guess I won, but it feels like, this was like the COVID year. It's like, all right, next year we'll be back to normal.
Big asterisk next to that thing.
So bummer to Austin Locke, to Gene Schwartz.
Yeah.
But thank you for everyone who competed. It was fun.
Austin and I kind of still like started lineups in the other league, and he did beat me in week 18. So I'll give him a W as well.
Hey, congrats, Austin.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
I haven't really checked in on that league.
I think I like changed my lineup up, and I think maybe he saw that and he's like, oh, I need to change mine too. I guess we're doing this thing again. So then he won. So anyway, yeah, it was easily the most fun, fantasy football.
You guys got to join.
I tell everyone, you guys got to do one of these leagues. It's so much fun. So
it's a good time.
Yeah. Okay. So a few other things at this wedding real quick. Just funny things. First of all, the father of the bride did a speech, and it was just classic, like what not to do during a speech at a wedding. Can you guess some of the things that he did?
He went for way too long. He didn't hold the mic up to his mouth.
Correct.
2 for 2 so far.
Yeah.
There's a lot of faux pas with this. I'm gonna go with he didn't have a script, so he rambled.
Nope.
He did have a script.
He had
pages,
a good amount.
Yeah. What other little faux pas? He told inside jokes.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of that, or just like asking certain people in the audience,
Jerry,
Yeah.
Jerry, you
remember that? Yeah.
If Jerry doesn't know, then his wife probably does. Anyway.
Yeah, so he was an older guy.
He's older than us.
And like 40 probably. No, he was anyway. But yeah, right off the bat, which I don't have any pet peeves. I need to start writing them down because this is definitely one of them. He starts talking and he's not holding his mic up to his face, which is a pet peeve in and of itself. Bigger pet peeve is when people scream, "Can't hear you! Can't hear you!" That is like, in my opinion, like one of the rudest. I don't like it.
I don't like that either.
I don't like anything about it. And like multiple times, like through the first like 30 seconds, people did that. And then people, I think, just kind of accepted, like, I guess we're not going to hear him.
We can't hear him.
And like the way the speakers were set up, they were kind of tilted in towards the dance floor and everyone else was sitting on the outside. So even like the speakers were working against him. And so it was a little bit echoey in there. I mean, he held it down by his B button, like he's down here just, and then every once in a while, like he like talked about like all the places they moved. And so he literally like, he was like, so we were in Tulsa and then we were in Nashville. And,
he's like
pointing
like
moving
to
and
coming back.
And then we went down to Houston.
We went up to Washington, of course.
I mean, it
Washington.
was unbelievable. And in the middle of it, one of my buddies, just for basically no reason, just started dying laughing at something that somebody else did. And then it was one of those things where it was like, dude, you got to stop laughing.
It's hard.
And then we all started dying laughing. And we're like pretty up close, like pretty easily seen by most people. And it's just one of those things where it's like the more we aren't supposed to be laughing, the more we are definitely dying laughing here.
Those are the hardest you laugh is when you're not supposed to.
Yes, dude.
It compounds the tickleness.
Yes, because it's just like, stop. Like Catherine was like literally like, Brad, you gotta stop. Gotta stop. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry, these guys. And so anyway, we were all just dying laughing at this. And along with like every time we would kind of get over it, then he would do something kind of funny. Like,
It's like, oh, it's funny again.
because it's like, it was so quiet. It was so much quieter than it needed to be with somebody on a microphone. And so then it was like, yeah, we could hear each other. Like, even when we're not like laughing out loud, you could still like hear when it's that quiet, you can still hear somebody being like, you know?
Yeah. I think it's so funny.
And we're just dying laughing.
Dude,
I mean,
at Harrison's rehearsal dinner, me, Isaac, and one of Harrison's friends, Blake, we got so tickled. And like, because you're in that serious setting, it's
Yes.
like, all right, we're not supposed to laugh.
right.
And I forget what it was exactly. I don't even know if I told you this or we talked about it on the podcast, but I got mentioned in like 4 different people rehersal dinner speeches.
Right, yeah.
And even Rachel got mentioned in one. It
Yeah.
was like, Rachel's very new to this whole thing. We were getting shout outs left and right, but me and Isaac and, people were like texting. And so, you just sent a hilarious text. You're just watching that guy and just watch him read it. And then to see him crack up and then you crack up and you just can't stop. It's so good.
Oh yeah. It's the best.
I
Man.
love
It's
dudes.
I know. And especially it's like, man, I haven't seen him for so long, but we're still dying laughing together here, So anyway, that like, I think we even did the Jean Shorts video where the guy like didn't know how to use the mic.
Oh yeah, I was just
You're
swinging
being
it around.
ridiculous. Like, wow, it's crazy back and forth. And I mean, it was like textbook like that. Like
Really?
so much of it. And there was a singer in the back kind of trying to like tell him like, put your
Can't hear you.
can't hear you. So anyway, just a funny time. And that same singer for the first dance. I don't remember which first dance it was, whether it's father, daughter, or whatever, but brother, sister, which one?
Cousin.
Yeah. Cousin, second step.
Aunt adopted son.
Yeah. Dr. Vet. No. But it was My Wish by Rascal Flatts,
Mm.
I don't know that song very well, but it's like, my wish for you. And this guy, his voice was gone. And so literally, like during the song, he just goes, my, and he's like he couldn't hit the note. And like multiple times throughout the night, he just didn't sing the song that he was supposed to be singing because he like couldn't do it. And I was like, just sing an octave lower. That's
My wish.
I wish for you.
So would you or would you not recommend a wedding singer? More variables, higher ceiling, lower floor.
Yes, exactly. There were times like where we were dancing out there and somebody was like, we should get some rap in here. Like we need some like hip hop. And you can't just be like, hey, play the hip hop. Like
it was a band.
Yes, there was a band. And they were good. They were very fun. I think with a band, here's the thing, different than a DJ. DJ plays a song, you're not feeling it, you leave the dance floor pretty easily. Don't think twice about it.
Yeah.
You're like, if a band's out there, it's like guaranteed that people will be out there. It's very rare that like a band is playing and everyone leaves the dance floor.
Yeah.
But we've seen it with DJs, right? Like,
yeah.
So I really like a band. I had never really seen one or been to a wedding with a band until like going to weddings in Texas. And because I think they're just more expensive, but they are fun. They're very fun. So it just depends on your like crowd. And like, if you know that your crowd will respond really well to just like really great music from a DJ, sure. But if you're like, I don't know, because like with a band, it can be a mediocre song, but if it's played by a live band, it's really fun. But if it's like a mediocre song by a DJ, it's like, I'm not really feeling this song,
What about wedding singer only for the ceremony?
No. Oh, I think that's normal, right? Kind of ish. You're only for the ceremony.
Yeah, like having someone sing live music.
I love that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good for you.
Yeah. I like that
Gotcha.
because I've been that person. So I think that's nice.
Mhm. Rather than just like playing a track.
Yeah. Unless you have like a reason for a track, unless it's like a really hard song or something, I think it's always sweet to have like a real piano, real guitar, whatever.
Yeah.
But if it's like, ooh, I don't know anybody that does that very well, then
I would like Bohemian Rhapsody.
yeah, exactly.
Can anyone play that?
Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. There's something sweet about like I'm a live music guy in general. So
It'd be fun.
are you kind of thinking about one way or the other on that?
I hadn't thought about the ceremony much yet.
Yeah.
As far as music, but Rachel and I were talking more this weekend about, I'd been pro band the whole time because like it's so fun, it's so much more energy, and I think more recently we're more on like the DJ side of things, just for one, just so much more cost efficient.
Right.
And I think the type of video I'm wanting is going to be a little costly.
Okay.
And Rachel even said it's just not that common to even find bands up in Iowa. It's
Right.
like so much more common down south. And
That's true too.
she's like, Rachel's never even been to a wedding with a band until she went to Harrison Abbey's, I think.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not like very common in the Midwest. It's much
Yeah.
more common in the South. And there is a difference, obviously, between a good band and a mediocre / bad band.
Mhm.
Like, if they're good, it's like, this is awesome. But it's
Yeah.
like, because good bands can do everything from Don't Stop Believin' to super bass. Like,
Yeah.
they can find it all. Whereas like mediocre bands, it's like, ooh,
We only do-
you can't pull off that song.
We only do
Like,
80s Billy Joel.
yeah, they might try to do Bruno Mars, and it's like, you can't pull off Bruno Mars though. Like, you're not good enough for this. So that's fair.
And I keep forgetting if this conversation was ever on the podcast or just me, you, and Rachel. But, you know, as we get older, we're more just like, I don't need to dance for 3 hours straight.
Yeah,
You
we
know?
struggled with that a little bit on this one. Like, we're like, I'm really like, whatever. I know Gilbert listens to the podcast, so I don't want to like, but we were like, it's pretty loud in here. I'm like kind of excited to go somewhere else after this and talk to our friends more.
Yeah.
So it was really hard for us to talk to our friends once the band got out there, you know?
And that's exactly what I was talking to Rachel about this week. And I was like, I think our friends like would still like to dance, but I think a lot of people, ourselves included, like it's very important to Rachel and I that we talk to every single person there.
Yes.
And it's not loud.
Yes.
And yeah, it's hard to turn a band down, really. Whereas like, I think what we might end up doing is trying to look into like, hey, everyone knows, hey, for the next 45 minutes,
Yes,
the
yes,
DJ is playing.
Right.
Get out here.
This is the 45 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, if you know that it's not going to be very long, it's like, we're going to have 7 songs. Like, we're going to play 7 songs and we're going to go as hard as we can for 45 minutes.
I think
would-
something like that.
You know, then it's
so
like, okay,
fun.
like this is our time. Like,
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And then there could still be other music throughout the night, or there's an hour long, just,
Sure.
I don't know,
Yeah.
dessert portion. It's like,
Sure.
hey, if anyone's got it in them, 2 more songs and we're leaving. It's like, that's kind of fun too.
Yeah.
So we'll figure that out. But
That's
yeah,
fun.
that's kind of what we've been planning and
I
thinking.
like that.
Just something,
Just sprint on the dance floor.
Yeah.
You know, like, because it is a marathon sometimes where you're out there for a while.
yeah, I don't want to leave anything in the tank.
No.
I don't know how much
absolutely
time is left.
not. Oh man, it's so fun. I love dancing in the weddings.
Good.
Can't wait to dance at yours.
Speaking of weddings, should we talk about the bachelor party?
Yes. Let me pull up. So yes, your dad's probably freaking out. Like, no, Brad, don't say too much. Because Jake's dad is the best man. He's organizing this awesome bachelor party. You know where it is? Yeah, obviously, because you made flights.
That's really all I know. My dad told me a time and a place to book flights.
Okay,
And
that's it. So yeah, we're going to Phoenix in April.
Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona, rather than Phoenix the band. And so yeah, I think back when it was my birthday, you were in a group chat with Catherine and a bunch of our friends, and I remember feeling like this FOMO because you're like, dude, there's been some hilarious inside
Our
jokes
friends
in
are
there.
so funny.
Yeah, Catherine even was like, gosh, it's so fun to be in a group chat with guys. You guys are so funny. Like, look at this funny GIF that Will sent or something like that. So anyway, Steve messages us.
Big crew.
I'll just give you the first sentence. I know you guys have all been dreaming of the day that you would get to hear from Jake Triplett's dad. Well, today's the day. I'm sorry for the group text, but I'm old and I don't know how else to do this. So I won't say everything, but so
I've had like 5 different friends of mine personally like tell me, man, you're missing out on this group chat. It is so fun. I wish you were in it.
well,
It is
of
so
course,
funny.
it's just all these funny people. It's all your friends, and so anyway, we figure out details and everything. But then I think maybe the next day or something, Isaac says, I'd like to know who I'll be seeing in Phoenix in April. Y'all mind popping your names in here? And he says, Isaac McDonald played in a pickleball tournament with Jake and Branson once. And so then it became like us like introducing ourselves in funny ways kind of. So Scott then says, Scott Peck, big Ghostrunners, jean shorts, and mood swings fan. And I said, Brad Ellis, the Chris Farley to Jake's David Spade. And then I can't read Alex Dimchek's because it might give something away.
Okay.
Braden Carroll, who's your Steve's favorite future son-in-law. So that's your future brother-in-law. Garrett Gibson, Lickin' Bearcats. And then just classic Tom Coop, Rachel's older brother, just straight to the point. But the little I know about Tom is like, yes. I think earlier in the text as well, he signed his name on the text. And I was like, that's a classic, like straightforward man
Yeah, I like
way
that.
to do it. Yeah.
No confusion.
Yeah, he just said Tom Coop at the end of it. Let's see. Luke Hoagland, couple funny words right here. Like, haha, funny
Gotcha.
comment. And then Gunnar responds, Jackson Mahomes. I have no original thoughts, but go Chiefs. And then Harrison said Harrison Pollard, Kansas City, Kansas, and it has like this, flying V with ducks like emoji, like
Nice.
and then Peter says Peter Casey, Jake skipped my wedding to be on a Russian game show, which is true, right?
Yeah.
And so then Grant Hudeberg responds and says, Josh Horton, professional juggler. Which if you don't know, Jake used to work with Juggling Josh in Dallas. And I think it was in Russia. That's where you went with Josh, right?
Mhm.
And he went on a game show, Russia's Got Talent, where one of the celebrity judges was Pam Anderson.
That's right.
Who, if you don't know Pam Anderson, sorry.
Great
she's
actress.
A blonde. Yeah. Anyway, so he says, Josh Horton, professional juggler. That's pretty funny.
That is
And he
hilarious.
says, I'll never forget the first time Jake and I met Rachel. And he sent this picture of Jake, Josh, and Pam Anderson.
It's amazing that he has that.
It was just a wonderful,
That's so
1-2
funny.
punch.
Me, Josh, and Pam Anderson. The first
So-
day we met Rachel.
Anyway, I mean, just really funny, funny times. And there was one time where your dad texted me earlier and was like, hey, can you give me a call sometime when you're not around my son? I've been sick this past week, and so I didn't call him for a few days. Then I responded back, in the group chat. And he said, well, look who finally surfaced again. Don't worry about ignoring my text for the last 72 hours. Now I understand why Jake did not ask you to be best man. So anyway, he's got countdowns, all these different things going on for everything. So
He called me a couple days after he kind of started everything, and he's like, I'm having so much fun with your friends. I love what they're texting. He was like, Grant called me. He's like, Grant just straight up called me out of the blue. I talked to him for a little bit. He talked to you yesterday.
Yeah.
So he's just, people are just calling him. Just want to
so
chat.
He's having, I think, more fun. I'm so glad that he's doing it because
this is
he's
fun.
putting so much time and energy and love into it
Yeah.
for sure. You will feel very, very appreciated. I'll just say that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So,
Oh yeah, I'm already so fired up for it. And it's 3 months away.
I mean, is that the only thing you're fired up for in April? Probably.
It's probably up there with this little trip to Seaside, Florida. I'm going
This
on.
little trip to Seaside, Florida's
My
going
way for you.
Is that you would come to Florida with us?
We only have a few more spots left.
Could be you. Investors?
Possibly you.
Possibly you.
Yeah, we got a few more spots left. A couple other people signed up recently. So, yeah, come hang out with us. You get to be in a Ghostrunners episode, a Gene Shorts video,
Yeah.
unlimited vibes.
We were just talking about it at lunch, and it's just going to be so fun. We have so many fun ideas for it, and it's just going to be awesome. So check it
Yeah,
out.
It's going to be
Ghostrunners.live.
Go to our website, look at the trip, and then buy it.
What? I think it's way too far away, but I was going to say, what would it take for us to go to a little... we're not even going to be there on Sunday, are we? Yeah.
Huh?
Are we?
We haven't
Go-
booked our flights yet. Probably should.
Go to church with Stephen King?
That would be a far trip.
That'd be a trip.
Yeah, that'd be a very far trip.
But hey,
We can stream it.
that'd be fun too.
That's a fun idea.
We'll stream.
April's going to be fun.
It's gonna
Bachelor
be-
Party weekend, Madison, Wisconsin, stand-up comedy show, and then, Ghostrunners Getaway.
And then a month later, marital bliss.
Yeah, and then a week later, the tour starts.
Oh, really?
Getting announced soon.
Okay. What
Yeah.
are we calling it?
What is Trey calling it? The something about clearly I don't know. I mean, I took a picture of him in a childish kid helicopter hat.
Go back to your room tour. Grow up tour.
Yeah, the growing up. I'm just a kid. I'm not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the
Pubescent tour.
What is he calling it?
Honey,
I don't know. You guys will find out in a couple weeks.
okay. Fun.
Something like that. Should we do couple voice memos?
Yes. Please.
Also, I've written down shout out Elsa with an H at the end. I don't remember why I wrote that down, but I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Someone either emailed me or DM'd me something really sweet, I think, and I was supposed to give a shout out to her daughter Elsa, I think. Elsa.
Yeah, you gotta say with an H at the end.
I also had this written down for a month. Shout out Connor Kelderman. He lost in fantasy football by 0.4. He was a great sport about it. I was like, that's a brutal way to go.
Man.
Connor Keld, Iowa's finest.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to you. Okay, so voice memos. Let's go see mimosas. Here we go.
Hey friends, it's Michaela. Kevin and I were in a heated discussion not long ago discussing which 5 states were the most ridiculed or made fun of. It made for some really interesting traveling conversation, and we polled our friends, asked different people. So we're curious what you guys think. Which are the top 5 most ridiculed or made fun of states in your opinion, and why? Thanks.
Is this Michaela Stiles?
This is Michaela Stiles.
She is coming to Florida.
Oh, yeah.
So, want to meet Michaela? Come hang out with Michaela. Come to Florida.
Would Florida be in your top 5 most ridiculed states?
Okay, so this is an interesting thought.
The answer I was looking for is definitely.
Definitely. I think the most ridiculed states are the most popular states.
California, Texas, Florida, New York.
New York.
After
Kansas?
that, the 5th one's really the only debatable one.
I don't
If those
actually,
four are your
actually
top
let me
four?
take it. Let me take I don't know if it's truly that, because I think like Alabama gets ridiculed. Like those southern like states,
Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas.
like
Alabama, Arkansas.
Louisiana, like those are just like Mississippi, like people, are we talking like percentage or are we talking quantity here? Cause like percentage wise, I don't think people are saying much nice things about Mississippi, right? Like when you talk about
you're saying
Mississippi, how often,
ratio you're of good to bad things.
Right.
No, I think this is just amount of mud slung their ways.
well, California's number 1,
Yeah.
right? And then probably number 2, because of California being number 1, all the Californians are slinging it right back over the great state of the Republic of Texas. Am I right?
Texas and Florida, I think, could go either way, 2 and 3.
Yeah. And then after that, that's when it gets
Actually,
tough.
that's true. I don't know if New York is locked in at 4. I think the top 3 that are somewhere, some combination of those 3. After that,
I wonder, I don't have a great pulse on New England. So, and maybe you do because you've been there more than me, but I bet a lot of those other states don't like New York. You think that's true?
yeah, like rural Connecticut hates New York.
What, Connecticut?
Rural?
Oh, that's a good
Oh, it is rural.
one. Yeah, probably. Or like even like Philadelphia probably doesn't like New York. Like
New York and New Jersey do not like each other.
that's very true.
I know that.
New Jersey gets ridiculed quite a bit.
They do. Jersey Shore didn't help.
Don't think of many good things when I think of Jersey.
Atlantic City?
I hear terrible things about Atlantic City.
I don't know anything about it. Yeah, well, where rounds out 4 and 5 there?
Missouri, probably. I don't think so.
Ozark.
Ozark
I don't
didn't
know
look
if Ozark
great
did good
for
or
him.
bad things.
Um,
Chicago? Does Illinois get thrown in there? It's more Chicago as a city. It's nothing about Illinois as a whole.
no, yeah.
Like Texas as a state, stereotype. Florida as a state has a stereotype. California has a stereotype.
Arkansas is like the punchline of like kissing cousins kind of thing a lot, I think.
In the Midwest, though, I'm sure regionally.
I don't know, dude. Like if you were like tried to say like, hey, where's the most redneck place in America to a person in, Tacoma, Washington, I bet they'd go Arkansas.
They might say Idaho, though. We don't know. It's regional.
Maybe.
I think a little bit.
You think?
I bet like people of like New Hampshire look down on the people in like, there's probably a part of New Hampshire that's really uppity.
Sure,
and
sure,
there's
sure.
a part of Vermont that's really rural, and they like to make fun of them for it. I bet each one has their pockets. But yeah, still on a national scale, I bet Alabama and Arkansas take the brunt of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Which Alabama, Arkansas is so beautiful.
Arkansas is not bad. Got some
Yeah.
hills. The Ozarks. Go down there.
Great tree houses.
Got great tree houses. Go visit the Ouachita National Forest. Tell me you didn't have a good time.
Did you use the O in there? You say Ouachita?
I didn't mean to if I did.
Okay.
Ouachita.
Oh, yeah.
W.
Yeah. Those are, I think that's a good question. Fun question from Michaela. Can't wait to talk more.
This will be a big Facebook group thing this week. Everyone talk about it.
Yeah. Because I think there's going to be, I really want to know if you are not from around Arkansas. If you don't
What's
know
your
anybody
punching
from
bag?
Arkansas,
Yeah.
do you think negatively, like is Arkansas or Kentucky? Like I think there's other states around there that might also get it. West Virginia.
It'd probably be
might
very interesting to learn. Like we're gonna learn something. Like, oh yeah, Pennsylvania hates Ohio.
Like no, yeah.
I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, the vitriol that South Carolina has for West Virginia,
Southern North Carolina.
yeah, exactly. The
Like, oh.
Appalachians, the Smokies run through Tennessee and nowhere else. You understand me? I don't know all that stuff. So
Yeah, that'll be
Let us know.
interesting.
Yeah.
This next voice memo is from a girl I think named Abigail, but it's spelled Abiagle.
Abigail,
Abiagle.
Abigail,
Abiagle.
Abigail.
I don't think you could spell your own name wrong. We got to assume she spelled it correctly. Abiagle.
Yeah, that's not an autocorrect right there.
Abiagle.
Yeah, Abigail. Abigail. You say it the right way.
Abigail.
Where's she from? She's probably from Texas.
There.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Abigail.
Hey, gig 'em. I'm from Abigail.
All right, go Texas Aggies.
Let's see what Abigail has to say.
Hey Jake, Brad, and Scott. My name's Abigail, and I'm from Pennsylvania, and I love tennis and pickleball, and I'm so
Wait,
hyped to be talking to you guys right now.
Pennsylvania. She said her name in there too. I want to listen again.
Abigail.
Hey Jake, Brad, and Scott. My name's Abigail, and I'm from Pennsylvania, and I
Did you
love.
say Abigail?
Abigail.
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 A bugle. It's like if a British person said a bugle.
She has them on her finger. No, it's the bugles that you eat, like chips.
Yeah, I'm a bugle.
I'm Abigail.
I'm a bugle. I'm a bugle.
Abigail.
Tennis and pickleball, and I'm so hyped to be talking to you guys right now. I'm the biggest fan of the pod, Gene Shorts, Scott's Pickle channel, and all that.
Whoa.
I die laughing every week, and you guys are so incredible. So like I said, I live in a small town in Pennsylvania, so I'm surrounded by a ton of Amish farms, and every time I see a horse and buggy roll up, I cannot help but think that they're bopping around to like Amish Jam's top 50. So I have two questions. First, I want your opinions on a problem I have. I will pick out a new show to watch, but I don't watch the first episode. I watch the one that seems most interesting to me. And then if I like it, I'll go back to the beginning and watch a show in order. I'll sometimes do it with books, and I for sure did it with Ghostrunners until I got through all the episodes. Please forgive me. And I want to know who is the most gullible out of your friend group, because it sounds like Scott after the whole turkey trot thing, but who knows? It could be like Isaac or Gunnar. That's pretty much it. So yeah, God bless, and you guys are what's up. Bye.
God bless.
I should have known this girl is a psychopath by the way she spells her name. She just watches TV shows in whatever
That is
order
a
she wants.
psychopathic. Yeah, that's weird.
A
Abigail.
podcast?
Abigail.
Sure.
Yeah, something like this. Yeah.
A comedy podcast that it's not episodic, really. Yeah,
Right.
watch it whenever. But just to watch, like, I want to watch Breaking Bad, season 3, episode 4. Let's start there.
Dude, Catherine does that with books where she'll read the ending first, and I just get batty.
I don't want to have to say this word again, but that is
That's
idiotic.
that's psychopathic. Why would you give something? I love being surprised. I love being titillated. I'm going to say it again, titillated. And I'm not titillated if I know that, where's that person? Oh, they're in the first episode, but they weren't in the, 48th episode. They must die.
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking for it the whole time.
I just think if I'm going to watch something, if I'm going to give something my time, I should also not only honor my own time, honor the people who put in time to make this. They had a plan.
Look
They
at
have
you.
a way
Good man.
that they want to do this. Why
Yeah.
would you try and disrupt the way it was meant to be consumed? What in the world,
in the
Abigail?
heat, in the throes of my Lost obsession, I accidentally read a description to something 2 episodes ahead. And I was like, what? That happened? That is as titillated as I'll ever get. All right. Like
You won't catch Brad more pre-titillated than that.
No, that is as pre-titillated as I'll ever be. And I would never want to get titillated like that again.
I do have a solution for Abigail, though.
Okay.
Do you know about this? Do you know about the show Kaleidoscope on Netflix right now?
No, I haven't been on Netflix in a while.
Netflix.com?
Mm-mm.
I just learned about this last night. It's a new show. It's got Gus Fring, speaking of Breaking Bad, and I forget his real name. But
Gustavo. Yeah.
He's in it. It is a show where you can truly watch it in any order you want. But basically Netflix puts it in a different order for every user. So just get on your Netflix and it'll be a different order than what mine is.
It's like a shuffle playlist.
Yeah.
And
iPod Mini.
Interesting.
So Abigail, you're going to love this one. Watch Kaleidoscope, any order you want.
And it will make sense.
Apparently, Isaac said he didn't really know you're still supposed to watch it in the order they give it to you.
Yes.
And so he said he tried to bounce around. And so they watched the very last one first. And he's like, I think you're supposed to end with the ending one.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I guess he still ruined it for himself. But yeah, I haven't
Interesting.
watched it, but that just came out. It kind of reminds me of they came out with the
Choose Your Own
Balder.
Adventure.
Yeah. Balderdash. Builder.
Bandersnatch.
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 Bandersnatch. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah, I remember you talking about that when
That
you
was
were in youth
fascinating.
group. You were doing youth ministry, right? When they did that?
I think so. I remember watching it with Danny Tapp and Ryan Cayley and Peter Casey.
Yeah.
You tell me.
You tell me. Are those kids or are those normal people?
Anyway, so Kaleidoscope's out there for psychos like Abigail.
That's wild. No, thank you. I would never. I just recently when I was sick, I got into Yellowstone. I don't honestly know if I even think it's that good, but I have to watch it all now. Like I'm like pretty far in.
That's how I was with How I Met Your Mother when I gave it a chance. It's like, do I like this or are the episodes just short?
See, I love How I Met Your Mother's got some great first season, and Yellowstone's good. It's like really, really well done. But I'm like the first 10 episodes, somebody dies. It's like this isn't what is happening.
Who are the characters?
On this tiny little Montana ranch, people are just killing people the whole time. I have started to kind of talk like they're like kind of raspy like cowboys.
Hey,
They'll be like, "All right, Go up for some supper.
That'd be fun if you talked to Bo and only Bo that way. All right.
Well,
go ahead,
I
Nate.
kind of have. I've kind of started being a father that way.
All right, go ahead.
I'm
Hey,
like,
hey,
all right.
wash up before supper.
Y'all get to bed. Y'all get to bed. I don't do it that crazy, but I am. I'm like, all right, y'all get in the car. I'm like, who am I? trying to turn into Yellowstone 2.0.
Is that Kevin Costner? Is he the one who talks that way?
They all kind of do, but yeah,
They all kind of do.
they all kind of do.
What setting does that show take place in?
Yellowstone,
Sorry, time period.
present day.
Present day, but
Present day.
isn't a lot of cowboys and natives?
Oh yeah, you don't think there's natives on our land these days?
No, I didn't think that.
It's called Indian reservations, but
I didn't think they were like still on horses, still shooting bow and arrows.
no eras.
Okay, I have a misconception about the show. Then.
There's a prequel show now.
What's it called?
It's called 1883
Greenstone.
Greenstone. Back before it was yellow. My father fought for this land. That's what I mean. Father fought for this land.
Cool.
Not giving it up to anybody. Anyway,
I've been to Yellowstone. Do you think that would make me like it more?
I think half like it has so much language, and so to the point where I was like, Catherine, you wouldn't like it because they cuss every other word. It
Oh,
feels
like I thought you just meant like dialogue.
oh,
Like
yeah.
it's pretty dialogue heavy show. You're gonna need subtitles.
yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
language.
No, just foul language. But man, the beauty of America is so beautiful. Like even when Abigail was talking about like small town Pennsylvania and the Amish and stuff, I was like, America's so cool. Like there's so many awesome, amazing, beautiful pockets of it. And then there's a part of it where they're in Texas. And even though it's like Texas, West Texas dirt kind of stuff, it's like, it's beautiful in its own
Something
right.
to it.
Yeah, there's something. I love all the different cultures of America. So I really liked it because I've never been to Montana. And I'm sure that's exactly what Montana's like in real life, where they, kill people all the time for land rights and everything. So
Can we normalize killing people for land rights?
I think we already have, brother. It's called Yellowstone seasons 1 through 5.
You're so right, though. Every piece of America has got something cool to it. I can't stand when people will stereotype or typecast just like an area. Just like I try to give Dallas a try, and I don't know. Dallas is just like the people down there. It's like 5 million people live there. You just didn't get
Just
the
find
right crew.
somebody,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like
That's fair.
oh, it drives me nuts when people, especially they have such a strong opinion about a big city. New York's just so busy, which like, yeah, Manhattan is, but like you can find
Dude, I will say Dallas this weekend, I was like, there are so many people here. Like it's crazy.
but like every big city is going to have suburbs where you can
Sure.
find a nice, calm
Yeah.
lifestyle. Every downtown's busy to an extent. Just people
Sure.
love putting their opinions in these blanket statements on large cities, even states. I didn't really like Montana. You didn't like Montana. The
You
whole
went to
state?
one gas station that was kind of had dirty bathrooms, and you're like, you know what? This place is a dump.
Oh, I can't stand that. Yeah. Normalize just treating every part of
Normalize
America.
being open and positive,
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Open and positive.
Yeah. Just
Thanks,
like Quick Trip. Always open, always positive.
Thanks, coming in. Hey, see you soon. They started saying something that makes me think I'm going to see them again. I forget what the phrase is.
See you later.
Hey,
They always say see you later.
See you later. That's
See you
what
later.
it is. It's like, I will.
Yeah.
Before I get to the next voice memo, I feel like we got to talk about this because I keep forgetting. We got to talk about, it came from a voice memo. I'm just going to summarize it. We got to talk about, shoot, where's the URL? I think it's ghostrunners.family. Does that sound right?
Yes.
Is that what we were?
You're not gonna. We should play that. You don't think we should play that one?
I can just sum it up. He did a lot of singing, like the Scott's Toss. At the
Oh, he
beginning.
did?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's ghostrunners.family.
Okay. Yeah.
My friend from high school, Grant Holmes. He's had a couple voice memos. Clean Hands Holmes.
Yeah.
Love
They're
this
clean.
guy. He's awesome. Love his whole family. So he left us a voice memo where he starts singing the Scott's Toss things over and over again. To be honest, Grant, I almost turned it off. Because I was like, how many times is he just going to keep singing
Really?
the
That many
Scott's
times?
Tots thing? And eventually he tells me to check out ghostrunners.family. And so I go check it out. And it's a legit website so Grant has paid for the URL. He has like found some website to host it. He has designed a website, ghostrunners.family. And it seems like, so between the voice memo and the beginning of this website, it seems like Grant's trying to like crowdsource the ghosties to like do what Michael Scott couldn't and like sponsor a child to go to college. And I was like, oh, wow, like this is kind of a wild thing. And it's funny that he's doing it. You scroll down on the website a little further and it's me and Brad's face, and it's a YouTube video linked with a cameo watermark. And so after putting the pieces together, we did get a cameo request like, hey, this one's not going to be funny or entertaining. We just need like serious life advice for someone who, I forget what the prompt was exactly, but it's like someone who wants to live a life on a good path.
Like honoring children or honoring kids or something. Can you play that? Can you play the audio?
Oh,
from that?
yeah. I mean, it's kind of funny now because we were, we
We
were
were trying to be kind of fun and serious. Like,
so yeah, this is the cameo.
What's up? It's Jake and Brad. Hey. And a lot of times we use cameos, people want us to be funny or they want us to be in character for someone's birthday or something to celebrate. This one's a little different. So we're going to try to do our best to still encourage you to make some good decisions.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff in our past careers where we worked in youth ministry and children's ministry, and we just know the value of the next generation and just unashamedly think that it's important to support that financially as well as through your time and through your talent. And so we encourage you to do the same. And I hope you consider it.
Yeah, Brad and I actually met. We were next door neighbors because I and Brad's wife were working in youth ministry together. It's really fun. And, it's funny to look up now, what it'd be like 8-9 years later. And one of my roommates now and best friends was one of my former youth students, and not in a weird way. You could, it's cool. So, have that to look forward to.
It's just amazing how well it fit together with this, this fundraiser for his own.
You were like, I think it's very important to support kids, with your time, with your money. And so I'm not sure exactly what's happening, but I think Grant is just pulling all sorts of strings here, and he paid for a cameo. He paid for the domain. He's now paying for this website. And I truly don't know. I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know what's happening, because you scroll down further and there's an actual, he's already got a kid picked out.
True it.
And I'm like, is this your kid?
Oh, you don't know for sure? It's got to be, right?
I mean, it probably is. It looks like just photos taken on iPhone. I guess I haven't reversed this on Grant's Facebook. It looks like it's probably Grant's kid. So he's trying to get his own kid sponsored. So I'm like, oh, maybe it is a joke. Or maybe he wants free college. And then you scroll down further, and this is where it's pretty hilarious. It says a glimpse into the potential future.
It's just got ridiculous pictures of us.
Athletics. It's my senior photo. Brad playing football.
Yeah.
Different screenshots. Family. Me and my family. Brad and his family. Scholarship. Funny stuff. Funny pictures. And then it says donate now. And then it just goes straight to Grant's Venmo and Cash App.
Every dollar donated goes directly to the 529 account of the official tot of the Ghostrunners podcast. That's amazing.
They didn't even scroll down. It looked like the website's over. And down below, there's a nice little poll. It's like, college choice. Which college should the official tot of the Ghostrunners podcast attend? SBU, K-State, Baylor, Mizzou, or your favorite university.
So funny. So funny.
So I don't know exactly what to make of this, other than I wanted to bring attention to it and say, this is amazing.
Ghostrunners.family.
One way or another, this is a fascinating thing. It's just so great. I love that he put so much work into this.
Absolutely.
This is awesome. So Grant.
Clean Hands Holmes.
Wow. And the page, you can click in the bottom left. The page is updated on November 15th. So this has been out for a while, and we're just now talking about it.
Right.
I just learned about it last week.
We went away from voicemails for a while.
Yeah. I can't believe that's the only way he told us.
He wasn't hey,
DMing
man,
us
check this out.
Hey, I've spent a lot of time on this. Can you check it out? You're just like, well, if they never listen to the voice memo, then oh well.
Every week he's like, this might be the week. And it never is. And now finally we're talking about it.
If we would have never brought back voice memos, do we just never find out this exists?
Yeah, we didn't check the voice memos for a while. So
that's amazing. So
amazing.
Good on Grant for never even posting it to the Facebook page or anything.
So fun.
Anyway, all right, we'll listen to one or two more.
Hey, Jake and Brad. This is Samantha. I'm a listener of the show, and I had to pause this week's podcast right after Jake shared the story about setting the opener, the Latina woman's purse, on the ground.
Oh,
that is a super big no-no in Latino culture, particularly Mexican-American culture. I am Mexican-American, and my mother trained us from a very young age to never set her purse on the ground. Not even the ground in the car. It has to be on a chair, it has to be above ground, cannot be touching the ground. It's really offensive, and it's just something that's drilled into us from a really young age. So it kind of makes sense to me why she got upset and didn't show up. But at the same time, it's a little bit of an extreme response for sure. But I will tell you, my heart rate skyrocketed when Jake said I set it on the ground. my heart rate just went through the roof. And I was like, nope, big mistake. Nope.
That's good to know. That's good to get clarity on. I figured it's like, yeah, I probably did some mistake or some cultural thing. And
Do not put it on the ground.
Mexican American people, that's
Even
a
if
big
it's
deal.
fake ground. It's not,
Yeah, even
not
if you're on
touching the soil.
Yeah, I'm on the 3rd story of a building.
Yeah.
Still the ground. Still the floor where people walk, I guess.
Yes.
That's good. I will honor it. Now I know. It also is crazy to treat people poorly because they didn't know a custom that like they probably shouldn't have known in the first place.
I just want to be able to say Latino like she says.
She did say it quick and
it's just like so cool. And like she's Mexican American, so she speaks great English too, but she wants to throw in a Latino.
she could snap into it.
I'm a Latino. I can't do it. I'm a Latino.
She snapped into
Latino?
it like Diomedes did whenever I would speak Spanish to him. It's like he can always find it. You know, as you guys know, I'm a Latino.
Latino.
There you go.
No, that's not even close to her, dude.
Yeah, I nailed it. It was exactly the same.
She did such a good job.
Well, Samantha, thank you for educating us. Thank you for saying Latino in such a cool way.
She's a Latino.
She's Latino.
Can't do it. I'll work on it.
Please do.
Hey, Jake and Brad. My name is Mitchell. I found your podcast a few months ago, and the timing was really, really sweet. I graduated from college in May, did some ministry for a couple months, was on the road a lot, went through the crazy job search process. I ended up getting a job, moving, getting an apartment. So just a lot of exciting things, but also post-grad life is just difficult in a lot of ways.
Yes.
So your podcast has been a big source of encouragement, of consistency in my life. I'm really thankful for your guys' faith, for your friendship with each other. You've shown me just how to be more thankful in the everyday, which is really awesome. So my question is, what is some advice that you would have for somebody who is trying to figure out how to be an adult? So anyway, I would love to meet you guys someday. I'll tell you my 4th grade spelling bee story. I hear that you guys have some fun ones. I just listened to the first episode of the podcast. So anyway, thanks so much for what you're doing. It really does matter. Jake, congrats on your engagement. And yeah, love you guys. Bye.
Mitchell.
Cool.
Mitchell, what are you doing in April?
Hey, you want to meet us so bad?
Come on.
Normalize.
Are you dying to meet us?
meet us?
Yeah, I would love to see you in Florida. Oh, here we go. Hey,
Oh! It's for you, Mitchie.
Gee, dude, what was I was just talking to somebody the other day about just how hard it is, man. No one talks about post-grad life and how
You know what you need to do? Normalize talk about post-grad life.
guys normalize it. Normalize it. Yeah, your senior year. I don't know. I just think, yes, it's just like all of a sudden you have so much less time and less energy, but you're supposed to make all these new friends all over again, especially because people these days very rarely move back to like where they're from. They'll get a new job in a new city where they don't know anybody. And so it's just like, yeah, I feel for you, Mitchell. So I'm glad that we can provide some levity,
Stability.
eschew,
Mexican-American cultural faux pas.
Latino.
Good.
Bueno. So yeah. So what was the question? How to
Advice on like, I think becoming an adult, being an adult, young adulthood.
Things that I was not as good at back in the day that I feel like I'm starting to get better at. I don't know if this is like truly adulting or is this just Brad was, immature. I think one of the things is like, don't be afraid to ask people. Just put yourself out there more. It's really hard, but it gets easier when you do it more. And it's never going to get easier until you do it the first time. That makes sense. And specifically for me, it's like calling people on the phone. Like I'm not good at calling people on the phone if I'm not like confident in what I'm going to say to them or anything. But it's just like, the more I call people, the better I get at it. And I'm still kind of not great at phone talking. And I know it's a small thing, but as a post-grad, I was like, anytime someone would call me, I'd be like, I'll text you. So
some advice that I just thought of is like, don't be afraid to let people know that you're new to the city. No one else would, like, you meet someone, they don't know that you just moved there unless you tell them. Like I think about in my life, I knew that Harrison Pollard had just moved to Kansas City because of, the way he'd been introduced to me, yada, yada. And that was right when COVID hit. It's like, this guy, what a bummer situation. I'm going to make sure he gets invited to pickleball as much as possible and gets invited to this. And so don't be afraid to just even just be very transparent with people. Like, hey man, I know we don't really know each other that well or whatever it is, but like, I just moved here. Like, are you connected to anything? Do you ever have anything you could, invite me to? It's a little like, it takes, you got to set your pride aside to like ask another guy for stuff like that. But I think find the right people who will value it and you'll be glad you did.
Yeah. I think it's along that same vein. Yeah. Just being like, hey, I just want to be honest. I don't
Yeah.
know what I'm doing here, or I don't have friends here, and I am lonely right now, and I need. Do you know anybody that could help, or is it you, or whatever? I think, yeah. Obviously, not every college experience is just like mine or yours or whatever. But in college, I just had a great community, and it was easy community, and it was just like there was never a shortage of people to hang out with or do things. Like you could have fun doing anything. And then post grad life, it's like, all of a sudden, yeah, you don't have as much time. And when you do have time, it's like, what am I supposed to do with it? With all these people I don't know. So I think just like, yeah, just finding a community somehow. Usually that is really great in a church or something like that. Or, playing sports, finding guys that play sports and playing pickup with them or whatever.
Totally.
Just some way that you can like, especially with guys just need to break the barrier somehow. It's not as natural for me, at least, to just be like, let's get coffee. Like
Just man to man.
I like it, but I feel like it's so much easier to like talk after we played basketball and like, let's go like, knock back a few Coca-Colas after basketball, bro. No. So
Cool.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like our experiences post grad were also a little bit different since we worked in a ministry that was busy all the time.
Yeah, I got thrown into like a community of
Yeah.
primarily high schoolers.
Yeah, exactly.
So no, that's great. It's a fun question. Hopefully we do get to meet you soon.
Come on, Mitchell.
Let's listen to one last voice memo. It's from our boy Knack Backs.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, Jake and Brad, it's Knack. Just addressing your most recent inquiry. Still haven't gotten the check for the last one, so waiting on that. So first off, yes, there are dissolvable sutures, stitches.
Wow.
Actually, one of them is made out of animal gut. It's called chromic gut. It's very weird. It smells funny. Use
Really?
it to sew up a lip last year. So yeah, they followed on their own. Other thing is, yes, technically you should see a medical professional to get your stitches removed. However, some people might suggest that an ape can do it and you should save the money and just take them out yourself. Not my suggestion officially, but yes, some people may suggest that. So yeah, go see a medical professional, get your stuff out. But
Don't say you guys ever learn anything on this podcast.
Yeah.
This is practical advice.
Resident MD, if you guys have any medical questions, let us know. We'll get Knack Backs on it.
It can come from an animal gut, no matter what it is.
If an animal gut can take out your sutures, then so can you. Is
At
that
first
what he
I
said?
thought he said at first that it's pretty easy. An aide could do it. I was like, oh, that's usually you got to find like a
Yeah.
nurse's aide.
Yeah, just an aid. Just
I-
any kind of aid.
I
Doesn't have to be
started
nurse.
thinking about it more. I was like, everybody said ape.
I bet.
So
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, that's an ape.
yeah, he didn't say aide. So that's good to know. Rachel slices her hand open again.
Just go either to the doctor or to the zoo.
Yeah.
Just hop on in there with Harambe.
Excuse me. Just 4 stitches in
Yeah.
the webbing.
I'm a Ghostrunners listener. I'm sure you are too. So
Probably had
you
a
know
lot
how
of
it
ghosties
is.
come through today.
Right.
You're the closest ape.
Oh, he said aid.
Oh, it's aid. No, that's great. It's fun to hear from Nicholas Butler, Knack Baxter.
Knack Backs.
Yeah.
I have a hard time calling him Nick. It's weird.
What do you think you'll call him in person when he comes to Florida?
I'll probably call him just a valued customer of ours and very thankful.
Hello, valued customer.
I would call him Knack.
I'd call him friend.
I call him Knack Backs.
Oh, Knack Backs.
All on the floor. Duh.
Duh. Good.
Yep.
Good.
Yep, 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 yep.
Cool. Anything else you need to get off your chest, Brad?
Let me look at my notes.
Okay.
Oh no, that's fine. Well, I'll just say really quickly, Gilbert, the guy that got married, his grandma was 96 years old, and they're like, we're gonna have him do a dance with his grandma. And she came out there in heels. And so in order for them to get her shoes off to dance with Matt picked her up like kind of like a sack of potatoes, and they like pulled off her shoes. Pretty funny. Oh, do we titillate one more week, or do we open up the titillator?
Open up titillator.
I have it written down.
Let me-
an announcement.
Announcement.
Ooh. We'll do it. Should we do?
I think you could titillate him now. I think you can tell him now.
You think so? You do it. You're better at titillating.
What's February in Spanish?
Febrero.
Announcement. Febrero uno is going to be the start of your new life.
Oh,
And your new life consists of Jake, of Brad,
hey,
the Ghostrunners podcast on Mondays, and the Ghostrunners podcast on Wednesdays.
hello.
We're gonna beef it up. February 1st is when I am officially no longer working with Trey on any of his main channel stuff. No more writing, shooting, editing. But I have a little bit extra time, and we've always said this is the thing we love doing the most. We want to do more of it. We want to get to know you guys more, give you guys more of what you already like, and really just double down on the Ghostrunners brand. So yeah, be looking out for 2 Wednesdays from now.
Wow.
First ever Wednesday episode, and a lot more to come. And there should be some exciting things.
I think we need to do those call-in things on Wednesdays. I think
That could be very
that'd be a fun
fun.
thing to do on some of them at least. That'd be a really fun. Anyway,
Wednesday is just going to be a little extra fun. I think
Oh.
Mondays will stay the same.
little extra fun.
Mondays
brother.
will stay exactly the same, and Wednesdays are just going to get extra fun for you guys.
Would you say they're going to get zoppity or boppity?
In February, Zoppity,
Okay.
because it's like, whoa, this is brand new.
Whoa, this is zoppity.
And then once you start cruising, it's like, oh, every Wednesday we're just boppity.
And then maybe every once in a while we'll go zop bop.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. No doubt.
So,
no doubt.
yeah,
it's
that
going to
should
be
be-
awesome. We're excited about it. We've talked about it for a while, and we're like, how are we going to make this work? I got an idea. How about Jake stops working for Trey and lives 83 steps away from me? That'll make it work a lot easier. So we're pumped to bring it. We're going to make sure we have lots to talk about and fun things. And it's just going to be, I hope that you guys love it. Hope it continues to be more of a rhythm in your week. And yeah, we're excited about it. Hope you
Yeah,
are too.
speaking of rhythms, we want to try to get kind of on an upload schedule with Gene Shorts too, where Gene Shorts videos go out Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it kind of gives you almost something almost every day of the week. Monday podcast, Tuesday Gene Shorts, Wednesday podcast, Thursday Gene Shorts, Friday. Enjoy the weekend, baby. It's almost here. For now.
Titillated, dude. Oh boy.
So full on.
That how many times do I have to say that before I
Easy.
get a sentence out? That time that we met in the library, that's what we were talking about, was going to 2 episodes and figuring all that
Yeah,
stuff
whenever
out
we
and
said it was a-
dreaming and
If you remember us talking and saying it, yeah, this week was a big Monday.
yeah.
It was, I bought the engagement ring with Brad, but it was like we spent 3 hours at a library just strategizing Ghostrunner stuff.
Yeah.
That was back in October,
Yes. So
early October.
we're not the fastest movers in the world, but
We
we'll
got
get
a
there.
lot of things we're juggling.
Yeah,
Josh Horton,
exactly.
professional juggler.
And we're we got an awesome sponsor coming up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, dude.
That's also coming in February.
Yes, if you want to sponsor our show alongside it, I promise. Oh, things are great, guys. Things are going great. We would
2023.
love to partner with you guys. Holler at us. Just know we love you guys, and it's gonna be a great
We've
time.
had more ghosties than normal recently hitting us up
Yes.
to sponsor, which that's our favorite way of doing it.
Favorite
is with
way.
Ghostrunners listeners. So
It's gonna be
definitely
great.
holler at us, even if you're somewhat interested. We'll send you some info and we can make it happen. But yeah,
Make it happen.
a couple Wednesdays from now. Also, there might be a little sneak preview coming out.
Okay.
Just
All
check
of
wherever
it.
you listen to podcasts. Just always be checking it.
Check it out, baby.
You never know.
Okay. I have a 5-star review to read.
I have one too. Go ahead.
Mine's from Podcast Kaylee. Is
Okay.
that yours?
No.
This podcast is fantastic. I recently found Ghostrunners from the Walk in Love podcast. Shout
Fun.
out TJ, shout out Brooke, where Jake was a guest for one episode and I loved him immediately.
Oh, thanks,
Cool.
Kale.
Love at first listen. Now I love this podcast even more. Jake and Brad are the best at talking about everything and nothing and all at the same time and making you laugh the whole way through. And Scott should definitely be a part of every episode. My new favorite thing is listening to this podcast on my lunch break. It brings so much joy and laughter to my life. Do yourself a favor and listen to this podcast. 2 exclamation points, smiley face. I love the idea of our friends like TJ and Brooke and their success and ours intersecting with that. And like,
Colliding.
I love the idea of you guys listening to Walk in Love. I love the idea of Walk in Love people listening to us. I think that's so cool to like see that because we love them. We appreciate them. They're so cool. So holler at them for some listening about marriage.
My review comes from Elk Grove Susan. This is a fun review. She said, I love this podcast. It's like listening to the sons I never had. She said she's 65 for Pete's
For
sake.
Pete's sake.
Looking forward to all you have for 2023. Oh, Susan, I hope you're titillated.
Oh, Susan, all the way.
And then she signed it, Elk Grove Susan,
I
which
like
is fun.
that.
Where is Elk Grove? Let's look that up.
There's
real
no way there's not an Elk Grove, Missouri.
quick. Elk Grove City in California, Elk Grove Village City in Illinois.
Elk Grove,
Grove.
Colorado.
I think it's California seems like the main one. Either way, she said, P.S. The original shape of Trix was actually balls. When they changed it to those weird fruit shapes, I was not amused. Glad to hear they came back to their senses. Dang, Suze. You don't like the textured shapes?
She's 65 for peach shakes. She doesn't need any
For peach
peach
shapes.
shapes. She doesn't need to know, fruit shaped
Thanks, Susan.
stuff.
That's fun that you listen. And fun.
That's fun.
One last note I had, we can end it on this. Well, Brad, I think I know. Brad, you don't have a jingle for us, do you?
Listen, no, I don't. I have a few songs in the hopper, but I don't know them very well. And so I've tried to read them and like figure out the way they're written and like, no, I don't. Okay, I don't.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
If you have one that you think is a popular song, send it my way.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I feel bad.
A couple of those last notes. I like to always update people on this just because you never know. Last week, maybe like 2 weeks ago by the time we're listening to this, biggest week ever on Ghostrunners. Kind of fun. I don't know why necessarily. I feel like, I don't know why.
Why you don't know why it's fun, or you don't know why it's the biggest
sorry.
one?
I don't know why it was the biggest week ever. Just podcast, this stuff just seems to grow so organically and just word of mouth. So
It is
like we always say, thank you.
It is so much about like just telling your friends. And so
Yeah.
thank you for telling your friends and family and dads and doctors,
Older women in Elk Grove,
trash collectors,
chiropractors,
right?
rhinoplasty surgeons specifically,
Baristas. Can I get a good name for the order? Ghostrunners podcast. Dare you? Take a
grassroots
picture.
marketing.
Yes.
That's how it works. No, we really do appreciate it. And so, yeah, it's fun to not even know why we're growing and just know that it's probably largely because of you guys. So thank you for telling your friends. Biggest week ever recently. 2023 is definitely going to be our biggest year ever.
Come on.
And for those maybe just curious, Scott hasn't been here in a couple weeks. It's just because Brad and I, we've kind of got the time in our hands now to record in the middle of the day. So it's like, if we can have the opportunity to record at 2 p.m. rather than 8 p.m.,
Right.
Brad and I would much rather do that.
And my
so,
wife appreciates. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can put my kids to bed and take
Mhm.
them to church and all that stuff. So
nothing's changed there. And I know Scott's listening to this right now. He's still listening to the podcast, baby. Just
it
like
is
always.
Saturday morning, and Scott's finally finishing
He just
this
listened
episode.
to it. Scott, thanks for grabbing me from the airport last week.
Yeah,
Appreciate
man.
it.
Thanks for taking us to the airport in April. Unless you're going with us to Florida, Scotty.
Of course. Scott,
Yeah.
we'll see you in Neck Baxter and Elk Grove Susan in Florida.
And Mitchell.
Mitch.
Yep.
Gotta see Mitchie there.
Gotta see Mitch there. So
Cool.
all right, we love you guys. Thanks for all your support. Please be excited for us for going 2 episodes. If you're not, then please don't tell us. But it's gonna be awesome. We hope that it's gonna just bless you even more and make you even more happy and make you laugh. And we're just so pumped about it. And thanks for being pumped alongside of us.
Good vibes ahead.
All right, love you guys.
Toodaloo.
Ghostrunners podcast.